Crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover.
It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
The crossover is powered by Everlow Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlowconcrete.com. Hello.
Hi.
Howdy.
How you
everybody.
doing?
Good. Good.
Good or good?
Good. Probably a little closer to good.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
It's a Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Tuesday's the worst day of the week.
It is. Thank you. I'd take Monday over Tuesday.
Monday is way better than Tuesday.
Okay.
Monday might even be better than Wednesday.
Ooh, let's discuss.
Rank your days of the week.
Well, there's a couple you have to take out because they're kind of like the given.
Friday, Saturday,
unless
Sunday.
you're
In that order.
yeah, unless you are working
Actually, Saturday, Friday,
where you
Sunday.
say my Friday is a Monday, like you work on the weekend.
Sure, but like a
Yeah. Ooh.
normal.
So I do have. I think Tuesday is one of the worst days of the week.
It's number one for me. Number
And then
one worst.
Wednesday is right there, and then I don't mind Monday, and then Thursday, Friday.
I'm good with Monday. Monday and Wednesday are pretty close for me, but I'm pro Monday. Monday, I'm feeling good. I got some. I'm ready to attack. Ready to attack the week. I find myself productive on Mondays. Tuesday, I find myself not.
Like it's a letdown from Monday.
Yeah,
back in
not
the
that
grind.
Monday's like so great, but Tuesday's just like we're not very close, and you're getting back into the swing of things, stuff like that. Any takes?
I love Sunday.
Sunday's great.
Sunday might be my favorite day of the week.
Sunday really gets.
I know it's a weird take. I just like how calm it
You
is.
very religious?
Well, yeah, I do.
You don't
go,
work. You get the day off from Chick-fil-A.
I do go to church. I do. And then I either watch NASCAR or I watch football.
Either NASCAR or football?
Well, like non-football season NASCAR.
Oh, okay,
Football
gotcha.
season
I
football.
didn't know you went to church.
Gotcha.
I go to St. Mark and Mary's over here.
Nice.
I went to after Big Red Overreaction for the what would it have been, the Houston Christian game. I went to a Saturday mass here over at St. Margaret Mary's, and the Archbishop of Omaha presided over the mass. It was actually very beautiful.
That's big time.
And then there was a state senator there as well.
Let's
Did
go.
they announce the state senator?
No, I just saw him and go, "Oh, that's you." And then I kept walking.
Nice.
And then I got my communion. and then,
Excellent. Excellent. I'm good with Sundays. Sundays are cool, but Sunday ends at 7:20, 7:16. Then it gets bad after that.
What happens at 7:16?
7:16. Carrie Underwood says Sunday night, and then exactly, and then it ends. And I don't really care about anything that happens after
Hey, I
that.
was disappointed. I saw her at the Iowa Speedway 2 years ago.
Carrie.
She does not sing that song.
Well, they've redone the song and they've put different sorts of. They used to do a different song every week.
Yes, they did.
And now she just goes Bills and blah blah for a blah, blah. It's always the Bills, and the Bills are always playing at home for some reason. I never. Why is it always the Bills? The Bills are in every primetime game,
Orchard Park,
and they're never on the road.
I know.
They're never on the road.
Well,
They
it's
play
because they're the
17
new-
games at home.
They're the new Chiefs. They get all the calls.
Got to go to that stadium when they can.
Oh man, I said something about the Chiefs getting calls last night, and I was joking. And
Oh, why would you say that?
Lo and behold,
Did you put hashtag joking?
And then they got a
no,
call.
I didn't put. I've never put hashtag joking before, and I don't think that I will. But they did not
a
get it.
sarcasm font on Twitter.
No,
We've done a
but
lot of things with Twitter, but that's one thing we haven't included.
I think you could assume that my tweets are sarcastic, just all the time, every single one of them.
I just assume what you say to me is sarcastic.
Exactly.
And then it was weird watching football with you, because there was some moments where you would actually like dial in and like give a good football point. I
Oh,
was
don't
like,
get
it
it
was
twisted.
like,
I'm
oh.
locked in, baby. I'm locked.
But then I would just be
but I
watching
like
the game.
I like joking.
I'd just be watching the game. All of a sudden, behind me, I would hear the Teefies
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
or quips.
they're out and about.
You're just quipping.
They are
Quip.
out and about.
Cool whip.
How do you feel about your boys? Not so good.
Which one?
Both of them. The blue team.
I don't know. I had to endure Pete Crow Armstrong and Chris Jones last night being memes.
I like that. I like the Pete Crow Armstrong trying to rob a home run that was 90 feet over the fence.
I was a little,
That was
I was
awesome.
a little angry at him because he was sizing it up, and I actually thought he had a shot at it for a second.
I think he's gonna get it.
I was getting excited, I'm like, oh, here comes Pete, and then I was
Pete-
like, oh,
Pete probably thought that he was gonna catch it.
This is my moment.
What did he think he was going to do? Like the thing you do in Mario Super Sluggers, where you
you just
jump
scale
up in
it.
the air super high.
You just start running up the wall.
So his depth perception is a little off.
A little. He was 90 feet off.
You know, some people like on home run where there's not a giant concrete wall behind, they'll like scale the wall even though it's 30 feet over the fence.
He actually, on a serious note, he's had a tough time playing center field in that ballpark. He made an error in Milwaukee earlier in the year that was absolutely baffling. And even he made an out in game 1 where I don't think he knew where the ball was going to be and where the fence was. And so he kept looking back and nearly missed it. Like I don't
bad
think
sight lines.
I don't know. I just don't think it's maybe the shade or the sun or the roof or
The
something
roof
gets
closed
to him.
last night.
Yeah.
It was dark.
He just doesn't play the field well out there. He doesn't see it well out there. He sees it really well in Wrigley. I think every time there's a ball in the air, I think he's going to catch it in Wrigley.
Good sight lines.
He's only a daylight guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't play well at night. Maybe
We
he can't see.
we should see if he would wants to play left field at a College World Series game, at a College World Series night game, and see how he handles it. That's the ultimate test.
Yes, it is.
Do you know?
Ask Charles Davalon.
It's so dark.
Yeah,
I found this out yesterday. I can't believe I didn't know this, but Steph Curry, halfway through his career, got LASIK eye surgery, or started wearing contacts. Like apparently he couldn't see well.
yeah.
And
I
he, won
remember
a
this
championship.
Yeah.
And then he got his eyes
because
fixed.
he could see. Yeah, Jameis. You know, he got
Yeah.
LASIK.
Yeah,
That's right.
After the season, after he threw 30 interceptions.
The Jameis squinting when he was in college, he would just look over to the sideline and he would just squint. It's like, really? You can't see the guy flailing his arms around?
Look how it changed Charlie Sheen's career.
He got
Wild thing
LASIK?
was so much better when they gave him glasses.
Oh,
Remember he's squinting?
Oh, yes.
Couldn't see.
Of course.
I was
If he would have got LASIK, it would have changed the whole movie.
Lou Brown really actually changed his career. He gave him an opportunity because he could have been in prison.
Mhm.
And then he said, you can't see.
You don't hear his name mentioned among the
No.
great managers of all time very much.
You
He
don't.
gets no credit.
You don't. For what he was able to do with that team from the
Mhm.
beginning of spring training to the end.
He did it
really
twice.
is- yeah, it really is one of the greatest stories of all time.
What is that? What is the baseball movie in which the managers have been done the most dirty? Because usually they get done dirty.
Now, Tom Hanks got done dirty a little bit.
But
he
he
hollered at
ended up
Madonna.
he ended up being a hero at the
Yeah,
end.
but he hollered at Madonna.
I'll tell you this right now. Art Howe.
Art Howe got Art Howe got
that-
killed.
I'm gonna be so Moneyball.
But usually the storyline is like gruff manager has it one way, and then by the
Yes.
end they're like, actually, you know what? I could adapt and change.
actually we are gonna bunt here.
Yeah.
You know,
Art Howe never really did that,
Art
and then
Howard-
took all the credit.
well, you know what? He never had a redemption arc at
No,
all.
he
in that
never
movie.
did.
It just
They just started playing well.
no. He just no longer was like they just stopped showing Philip Seymour Hoffman. You know.
But
like-
except for when they won 20 games in a row, they showed him and
Well,
he was just standing there
I think
still.
I think his redemption arc was supposed to be he put Hatterberg in the game, and then he hit a homer. It was like, oh, Art believes in it now.
Yeah, he never
And
really
then-
had a moment.
And then there's a great video on YouTube of the actual Oakland Athletics being interviewed at the premiere, and they're like, "Oh, what was like one thing that was a
Oh, yeah.
little off?" And literally all of them go,
Art Howe.
Art Howe is the sweetest
Art Howe was
man ever."
pissed. Art Howe was pissed.
And by the
He
way,
was.
as a kid who was, I don't think I was even born when that all happened, when that occurred, when the 2002 A's actually happened. So when I saw Moneyball, that was like my introduction in a way to like the season and the story and all of that stuff. So I actually went a long time thinking Art Howe was a terrible human
Wow.
and just a bad manager,
Art
a
Howe's
bad
great.
person.
Art
And
Howe's
then-
great.
Then we found out he actually is a great guy.
The other part of that movie is your favorite Kansas City Royal road uniform was featured in that movie.
Gray vests.
The Royals are a prominent part of that movie.
Well, they were up 100-0 when they came back.
Do you remember watching that game?
I don't remember. I didn't watch it live,
Okay.
but it was on. They put it on during COVID, It was on ESPN.
Oh, wow.
The whole game was on during COVID, and I was like live tweeting it.
You know, that was the one
was great.
shining, like a lot of terrible things happened during COVID, but the one shining light was we really did get to relive a lot of great sports.
Saw a lot of old games. A lot of old games.
Like Comcast Sports Network literally did the 2010, 2013, 2014, and 2015 Blackhawks runs. So that, like,
yeah.
each day was the next game.
Speaking
And I'm
of
like,
that,
and I literally, Dad goes, "What are you doing tonight?" I go, "Game 3, 2010, Canucks, Blackhawks."
Yeah.
I mean, we got to
it's
watch
the
it.
only thing on TV
go-
right now.
I go, Andrew Ladd scores a goal in the first 20 seconds of this one. It's awesome.
And what do you know? It happened. I wonder what'll be on the Royals Christmas Marathon this year.
Oh,
Probably Cags debut.
Well,
Probably the
not.
2014 AL wildcard game.
No, it's games from this year. It's
Oh.
games from this year.
I don't. Maybe the one where the White Sox player dropped the ball off of his head.
Could be. It's
That
possible.
was a great game. What would they play? You
I
guys
don't-
were an
I have no
average-
idea.
You guys were an average football or baseball team.
They had a couple walk-offs. They probably just go with those. They had a plus. They went over 500. People forget that.
they do
People
because people
forget
forgot that they finished in Sacramento this year.
Yes.
Should we prepare ourselves for a big announcement from Lincoln? So
Riley?
Iowa State has just teased an announcement for Thursday.
Oh yeah, they're doing Luke Combs.
Yeah, so Luke Combs is going to be on a stadium tour. That's who I've said from the middle of the summer will be in Lincoln next year. The
Okay.
Memorial Stadium will be Luke Combs.
Do Ames and Lincoln? Can you do it?
Yeah,
He totally
he's doing football stadiums,
Yeah.
and
It's a little close.
Nebraska is going to have a concert in the stadium no matter what. Next
Is he on
year.
the Big 12 North tour? Is he gonna do? Is he gonna do Missouri, Colorado?
Ooh, what if he
Lawrence?
went and played the Orange Peel, the event before they start school at Oklahoma State? So he goes down to
Big 12 South, but yes,
yeah,
you can still do it.
What you know? What instead of going and doing like the Rocky Stadium, Coors Field, or Mile High,
Do Folsom.
what if he went to Folsom?
There you go. I think Luke Combs would kill in,
What if-
in Como.
What's
That's
the
for sure.
what's the country fest in Manhattan?
Yeah, Boots. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But they have the big country fest that's just outside of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Super popular. They have it every like June.
yes.
So what if he went there and then he stops? Well, he can't go to Arrowhead because they have the World Cup.
Country Stampede?
Country Stampede.
Yeah.
You're right. I think he might be on the Big 12 North Tour.
Let's go. Bring back the Big 12 North. That'd be great.
And then he goes to Columbia.
Yeah, like I said, he would kill in Como. He would absolutely. He would crush. They would love him there.
I don't think LeBron retired.
No,
I'm shocked by this.
he's hawking Hennessy.
He's doing a new
Yeah,
endorsement.
it was presented by Hennessy.
Did you,
Like,
were you one of these poor sick people
Really?
who thought he was going to say something?
so
really?
I looked up tickets to the final game of the LA Lakers, and I was considering like, what would I do? You know, and then
Wow.
I did some scrolling on Twitter, and they were like, "Well, it's probably an ad for Amazon."
100%.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay, then I won't waste $500 on this ticket."
Yeah, it'd be more than that probably, but yeah.
It was $435 before fees.
So does ESPN carry this live at 11 a.m.?
No, already happened.
they know what's
It's
going on.
It's already
Yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. It was 11 a.m. Eastern.
Oh,
So
You
so he's not going back to Miami?
sad,
No.
sad,
No,
sad
his
people.
decision is just he's Hennessy. He's drinking Hennessy.
He's making
Is
this.
Hennessy even good? I've never had Hennessy.
It's all right.
Yeah.
The decision has been made.
Is it whiskey? What is it? I don't even know what it is.
It's VSOP.
What's that?
Great question.
Is Hennessy just Hennessy?
Oh, wait a minute. Husker Thunder said they don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
Country Stampede was awesome.
on a quick Google, it looks like they do a different thing now called Rock the Plains or something like that. I don't
Hennessy
know.
is a well-known brand of cognac, a type of brandy.
There you go. Oh, it's in Bonner Springs
So outside of Kansas City.
now. Country Stampede is
Jeez.
Wow. You changed.
unbelievable.
Still got Country Thunder going up in Wisconsin.
Country Thunder.
That was Country Thunder in Wisconsin was the classic like high school drinking festival.
Got
Like
it.
all the kids from high school would go to that festival, get away from their parents, and just get blitzed.
If you guys had ever at any point in your life feel the natural male urge to go to Beer Fest?
I've been to
Or Oktoberfest, I'm sorry.
I've been to like not a proper Oktoberfest, but I went to a German fest in Chicago. It was awesome.
Yeah, but like, do you
Oh,
feel
you
the
mean to
urge
Germany? Like to Germany?
Yeah, like the real one.
I saw a girl.
no.
I saw a girl on Instagram that she was going to it. I was like, oh, that might be a cool thing to do in the future.
Dude, so many people go.
Would you do it?
Oh, I mean, it looks awful and awesome at the same time. You know, it's one of those like experience things. I
Yeah.
thought about it at one point in my life.
You should go with. I think that'd be way better with friends. You would have to go with friends. Right?
100%. You
Yeah,
can't
I
just
mean,
go
you
to
can't just go with a bunch
Oktoberfest
of
by yourself.
a bunch of lederhosen.
I
You
don't
know?
think so.
You don't think you'd fit in? You kind of look a little German.
I mean, I could probably make friends, but it wouldn't be as enjoyable.
look at me. You have blue eyes. Yeah,
Yeah, I got some German.
a little bit.
I think the best Oktoberfest I went to was in downtown Sioux City, Iowa,
Nice.
because they
What do they got
gave
going
you,
on over
They
there?
gave you a necklace of pretzels and a big stein,
Uh-huh.
and you went from booth to booth,
Yeah.
and you got your stein filled up, and then by the end of the night, people were biting the pretzel off of people's neck.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's how it
they
goes.
had German music. It was
Oh.
kind of cool.
It's usually how it goes.
It was
So
like,
it's like
3-4
bait.
years ago. Yeah,
Okay.
it was a good.
I mean, you
time.
can find that at any Oktoberfest. It's a classic.
I just happened to be in Sioux City, Iowa.
I had one of the best
Lot of
Euros out
Germans.
of my life at the German Fest in Chicago.
Nice.
Incredible.
One of the that's one of the staples.
Yeah, Euro.
A euro?
Yeah,
at a German
at a
fest?
German Fest. They were just. It was like a carnival type, like the food they had there was like the carnival type food. So they had stuff on a stick. I mean, they had pretzels and beer
Okay,
and
yeah,
everything
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Like they had the standard stuff. But then you could go off to the left and you could get a hot dog or whatever. And I got a Euro, and it was an awesome Euro at German Fest.
Weird, but
I know.
awesome. I love a good euro. I'm good with a good euro. That's for
Chicken
sure.
Euro or
No, the
beef,
yeah, the
regular,
the
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
the standard
they slice it off
on the
deal.
Spitfire. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so good.
I
Every
do
time I
it-
see one of those videos of the guys putting the big meat on the wheel, I get pretty fired up.
Do you not have a rotisserie?
No, I don't.
You look like the type of guy that would have one of those. That would have a spit
I
like
do.
that.
I do love
Do you-
cooking mechanisms.
You look like a Spitfire guy.
Yeah, I don't think I have the space for it at the moment.
When we bought our new grill, it came with a rotisserie.
There's only so much.
contraption.
There's only so much counter space that you have. In your house, you'll find this.
But I'm at the point where I'm still like, oh, I need this specific item. Now I need to buy that specific item.
Mhm.
Like a salad bowl. I need to go I have to buy a salad bowl today. Because I was like I wanted to make a salad. And I was like, oh, we don't own like a big bowl, to like put salad in or like make like
You get some tongs.
no, we have tongs.
Okay.
But we got a crock pot last week because I wanted to make a crock pot recipe. And I was
Did you bring anything for Soup Fest?
I was like, no, I didn't. But I was like, oh,
It is that time of the year.
It's
It is
crock-
crock-
today's
it's
soup
crock
day.
pot. It's weather. Like the crock pot might come out from underneath my stove.
Yeah.
oh, you keep it under.
Well,
I
you
don't
got to
keep
put it
at
under. You
counter
can't put it on
space.
the counter. You don't
I
have
have
so
a
much.
priority.
God, no.
The air
Well,
fryer. The air fryer's
I was
got a
about-
good spot.
I was about to say the
But-
air fryer's overtaken.
It's now the crock pot makes an appearance for 6 months beginning now.
Air fryer, toaster. Those are the only things that stay up all year long. The rest of it can come and go.
My aunt, she does like a Friday of Thanksgiving thing, right? A little celebration like after Thanksgiving, and it's always crock pot themed. So everything needs to be made in a crock pot.
We
So there's
have-
a bunch of.
I think we have that here, like
It-
twice a year.
It is one of the most American white occasions you will ever see in your entire life.
Well-
just a bunch of Caucasian people just walking in with crock pots.
When did you start here, Matt?
December 8th, 2024.
So you weren't here for Potluck Fest last year, probably.
No, I wasn't. What's
Yeah.
Potluck Fest? Tell
Tell
me.
That's
tell
when
me about
everybody
it.
brings a crock pot and puts it on a table, and then they come on.
What
through.
was
And then the funny part is nobody cleans it up afterwards.
all right?
And we walk through the halls and go, why does everything smell like
Hey,
burnt
I was
food?
gonna
Story,
say-
and then Josh was like, "I'll finish it. Don't worry."
What'd you bring in your crock?
I didn't bring one. I've never brought anything.
Gary, what was in your
I would
crock?
bring queso.
Yeah, I don't have a from the health association. I don't have a passcode, so I didn't want to.
Smart.
Yeah.
It's a heady play by you.
Yeah,
You have a
Hey.
liquor license for that.
Speaking about the liquor, you brought up brandy. It reminded me that as like 10-year-olds, we used to try and get drunk off of my abuela would have chocolates with brandy inside of them. And so you
See how many of those you could eat.
eat and get drunk. Have you ever done that before?
You
Yeah,
and,
like-
you and Matt Rule.
Yeah. I thought about that yesterday when he was like, I was 14 trying to sneak a beer.
Yeah, when they always said beer cheese, and I was like, beer, interesting. I like the cheese, so what
That is
happens if I
a-
just eat a lot of this cheese? Beer cheese,
That's my favorite spaghetti works.
beer cheese soup,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, beer cheese.
beer or just straight up
the
the beer
sauce,
cheese,
yeah. Yeah, the
Dude,
sauce.
dude, beer cheese in Wisconsin is as good as you think it is.
I love cheese. I love cheese.
I love beer.
I like beer too. I like beer too.
When
I
was
make
your-
a pretty good queso.
When-
I
when
like
was
East
y-
Lansing.
When was your okay? Why is that?
Why? By the way, East Lansing, what goes on in Lansing compared to East Lansing, much different. Two cities.
Oh, Tale of
Really?
Two Cities.
Lansing's a little bit rough. East Lansing is all California.
I never been to any of the Lansings.
Have you
It
been?
is this time of the year. It is beautiful up there because the leaves are changing.
The foliage.
and it feels like Big Ten.
I love Kalamazoo. Ever been to Kalamazoo?
No. Wow.
I'm not.
I've only been to a couple different parts of Michigan. Detroit,
Western Michigan.
Ypsilanti.
I played on 8 Mile. There was a hockey arena on 8 Mile that we played on.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was like, is Papa Doc here?
That'd be awesome.
Is
Did you
Lotto-
go into the little, the little warehouse where they did the rap battle
No, I didn't.
with
didn't.
Clarence?
No, I did want Lotto to be there. My motto, F Lotto. I get you 7 digits from your mother for $1 tomorrow.
Exactly. Good job.
It's a great line.
Good job.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
All right. See you guys later.
Unless you would like to discuss the thing that I saw on Reddit. That
You're gonna
is
have
right
to be
up
more
your alley,
specific.
What is it about?
That we should stop telling people that are new to Nebraska to try a Runza.
Oh.
Let them experience it on their own.
Agree.
Because Runzas are not for everybody. But if you have the app,
So are you
Nebraska football
saying
was for you.
is the premise here that it's being hyped too much and people dislike it because of the hype?
If you had to pick a food for somebody to try that's new to Nebraska or visiting, it usually is a Runza, right?
Sure.
Because it's unique.
Yeah.
It's the easiest
unique to
one,
us.
Yeah.
lowest hanging fruit.
But not everybody gets it. And so then they might judge us.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
think
the premise of this discussion.
I
that's
think
on
if I
Reddit.
told them, I think I would still say go to Runza and ask about it. If it seems like something you would like, get it. But they also have burgers, chicken, very delicious as well. Like I think I would give them a more detailed answer.
I also think most people would probably be like steak.
Mm.
And then to that we say, yeah, you can go literally anywhere to get a steak. And it's gonna be better than whatever you've had and wherever parts of the country that you've come from,
I would
including Chicago.
I would tell people to eat at Runza, not necessarily eat Runza.
That's what I
Exactly,
usually tell them.
exactly.
Runs
Only
is a
if
good
Rock and
fast
Roll
food
Runza
restaurant.
comes back in downtown Lincoln.
then we're talking. Yeah,
How
they're
come Rock and Roll Runza did not pan out in downtown Lincoln. When it first opened, it was great.
It was my favorite
The waiter
spot.
and waitresses were on roller skates.
I thought it was the most amazing place on earth.
Yeah,
That's-
it was 2-story.
Yeah.
It was great.
we
That's what-
lost it.
That's what I thought of the Rainforest Cafe.
I mean,
The
those are
happiest place on earth.
those are disappearing now too.
Nobody
God.
wants to be happy anymore.
The Frog and the Rainforest Cafe is just in some dumpster in Chicago, and you pass it when you take the metro.
Seriously, I mean, like it's a great conversation about how all of those weird, huge chain restaurants that have just kind of like the Rainforest Cafe, the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
They're just remember the ESPN zone?
Yes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like where they go.
What
It's-
happened?
It's very sad what like we lost the 90s. If we want to bring the 90s back, then we bring back the
so is
Rainforest
it
Cafe.
surprising then that Dave and Buster's has lasted this long?
Kind of.
Yeah.
But gambling makes sense.
Yeah, that's kid
Yeah,
gambling.
yeah.
I mean, it really is.
I felt that like that place was on the brink like 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
and it just keeps
I'm-
resurging.
Let me tell you something right now. If Dave and Buster's put a blackjack table in there, I think they do pretty well.
Absolutely. I play blackjack
You-
for tickets.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you would.
I don't even care the odds.
Get yourself a mustache cone.
They can,
I here's what I would do. I would play a bunch of games or whatever and get all the tickets, and then I'd put it all on one hand of blackjack at the end.
Can you imagine getting pissed at an 8-year-old because he hit on 17?
Yeah. See, that would be the problem.
Hit me.
Yeah. They can't be like 20.
Timmy, he's showing a 5. Stand.
It can't be like-
Stand.
Okay, so King is 10, right? And and another king is
hit.
also 10. I need 21. I need one more card.
They do. They see a king and an ace. They go, oh, that's 11. I'll double down.
You should go and play blackjack somewhere and actually do that out loud with other adults. Okay, that's 10. Or
That would be
11?
a good bit.
Or could that be 1?
I want to split.
How is
I
somebody
want to
not
play 2 hands at
How
once.
has somebody not done that as social media content
Oh,
yet?
that'd
Just go to a blackjack table and ruin everyone's life.
Wreck.
Well, now, is this 10 or is this 1? Or how many is this worth?
It's a good social experiment.
Yeah,
You can see what people people would react to
This
you.
guy next to me.
Did you do it on like really high limit tables?
This guy next to me, we were at a $25 table, and he sat down next to me. He goes, "Hey, I'm gonna play weird. Is that okay with you?" And I go, "Yeah, man. Like do whatever you want."
What did that mean?
That mean the dealer was showing an ace, and he had 2 7s, and he split the 7s.
Hell yeah!
And then he got a
What?
4. Then he got a 4, doubled it on the 11.
Sure.
Got a 10. Then
Okay.
then the other 7, he like ended up having like 16 or whatever. Hit it, busted.
What did the dealer get?
The dealer busted.
Wow, so it worked.
It worked.
I'm gonna play weird.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never won more money playing blackjack than playing next to this guy. He was splitting everything. Was
he behind you or was he in front of you?
He was in front of me.
Oh,
And he was just playing. He was just
Pain.
playing, but he was a nice guy, or he would. We were at the bus.
he's like, I just want to let you know, like, you might want to clear out.
No, he literally he goes, "If it's
Credit
okay
for being up front.
Yeah. And then we had the busk card thing. So it's like you can bet that the dealer's going to bust.
Yeah.
And the dealer would show a 5 and he wouldn't bet it, but then the dealer would be showing a 10 and he would put $100.
I'm going off pure
He goes,
vibes.
Pure vibes.
That's
and
great.
I won like $300 off of like $25 bets. He was great.
Kenneth says, "Oh, it is actually a very popular trend on social media. It may as well be
So-
Kenneth rage bait." That would be big rage bait.
There's
I
this
would
guy,
get so triggered.
there's this guy whose his bit on YouTube is he gambles $100 every day, and he does what the comment says. And so one of the things was one of his challenges was he had to hit on blackjack no matter what. Like no matter what you had to hit, and he got a 21, and he had to double down his blackjack, and then he lost.
Amazing.
And everyone's like, "What is
Horrible.
wrong with you?"
That sounds awful. All right. That'll do it, I think.
Yeah.
We're out of topics.
Happy New Year.
No.
Mid.
Very mid.
Whoa.
That's Crossover, powered by Every Level Concrete Repair in Omaha at everylevelconcrete.com. It's Tuesday. We'll be back after this.
That's the Crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone.
A cool and quiet Tuesday ahead with sunshine returning. Expect a few clouds early on, then mainly sunny skies the rest of the day with a light north breeze, highs in the upper 60s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV Newswatch 7.
The 1620 The Zone inbox is brought to you by Equitable Bank. At Equitable, we take banking personally and answer the phone on the first ring. Email me, John Bishop, anytime. John at 1620thezone.com. The Equitable Bank Zone inbox from 1620 The Zone.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Hodson with you. Wrap up another week in the NFL that finished up last night. Don't make any comments about the Chiefs and calls and things of that nature. You will not like the result of it.
Even though Joe Buck and the head of officiating and Troy Aikman all said, wow, Chiefs really got one there.
I think even I'll speak for the Chiefs fans. I think the Chiefs fans even agreed with that one.
Okay.
But then, they were mad that everybody immediately went back to the commentary of the Chiefs get all the calls.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made a joke about it on Twitter. And then I got, actually a lot. The Chiefs, it's amazing how it's sort of worked out. The Chiefs fans and the Swifties, they're basically the same. If you say something, if you imply something, even if it's just a joke, we can't make fun of Taylor Swift anymore.
Wouldn't dare.
I would love to make fun of someone because I don't believe that anybody is above being made fun of by me, including me. I love making fun of myself. But if you make fun of them, all of a sudden, it doesn't matter if you're joking or not anymore. This is a very serious matter. It turns into a very, very serious matter.
She's been through a lot, Connor.
No, she hasn't. What has she been through?
That man took her music.
Okay. All right.
And then she became successful enough to buy it back.
Yeah. Yep. So she's really been through it.
She dated a Nazi?
Oh, okay. That seems like a personal choice. But
I don't have all the details on that. It's sort of the broad stroke.
I didn't actually know about that, but wow. Interesting. Anyway, just an observation that I had. We'll talk about the game last night coming up here in just a couple minutes. We'll put a bow on this week in the NFL with Allan Bell coming up at 11:30. An NFL reaction, overreaction at 12:30. That's our lineup powered by the referees at John Higgins Weather Guard. Want to hear from you all today? 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. You can call or text that number. Tweet at Happer Show, at Connor Happer on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor, Josh Show at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. Let me say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. How we all doing? Feeling good? Feel that crisp fall air? Josh, living without an air conditioner doesn't matter anymore.
Been all right the last 2 days.
He'd be happy to live without an air conditioner now. He's probably calling the air conditioner company and saying, actually, you know what? Just put it on layaway for a couple months.
They're supposed to come tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we'll still have an 80 degree day or two throughout the month of October. By the way, I don't know if I ever took a victory lap on my weather prediction being almost instantly correct.
Please do.
Yeah, remember several weeks ago when we had that nice crisp fall week in September, and it was like, oh wow, I think it's fall now. And I said it would definitely get above 90. We had like 4 straight days that were above 90 degrees. It was blistering hot last week. So
sure was, Connor.
Yeah. Josh knows this. He knows this very well.
I lived it.
In fact, yep. So I was right. I was right about that.
Hang the banner.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Elsewhere today on the show, want to get to those Nebraska special teams. We didn't give them enough of a shout out yesterday. It's seriously been good. I was pushing back a little bit as the season started, and Nebraska was holding their own in special teams, and it was like, and everyone said, "Oh, I think it's fixed. It's amazing. Mike Heckler, he's a super duper hero." And I said, "That's great, but I'd like to go see him. I'd like to see it being an advantage for them. I'd like to see him win." And they've done it. They've done it
on Mike Eckler's birthday.
On Mike Eckler's birthday,
they went and balled out.
He got crowd surfed in the locker room, which is fantastic. And so we got to give a shout out to those guys from yesterday. Nebraska, as we mentioned yesterday, but we'll go into this a little bit further. You know, people, I don't know how we feel about this team right now. Are we down? Are we up? Do we think they're going to not win a game the rest of the season, even after an 11-point win? Or you could see it from this point of view. They have 0 games against ranked teams left on the schedule. Might they win them all? The odds are not in their favor to do that, of course, but you never know. You never know. You don't even have to deal with your little curse of not being ranked, not beating ranked teams in 10 years. You don't even have to confront it anymore. It's great. USC might be ranked by the time Nebraska gets there. Penn State will probably be ranked again by the time Nebraska gets to, the third week in November.
They won't be down forever.
But right now, that's the way it looks. We'll hear from Matt Rule from yesterday, talking about the stages of winning and it being okay to be positive, as we touched on a little bit yesterday. We have baseball tonight. Are we ready to laugh the Yankees off the stage? I am.
Big time ready.
I am excited to laugh the Yankees off the stage tonight. And I think Yankees fans are ready to laugh the Yankees off the stage
that's
tonight.
a good point. I don't think they like their team very much.
It's always a little bit more disappointing when you have a fan base and you have a team that is really, really fun to laugh at, but they already are in such pain and misery from not liking their team at all. And then they get predictably blown out in the playoffs. And then, they're like, yeah, I told you. I don't want them to get the satisfaction.
Yeah, I don't.
But if they lose by 14 tonight and Aaron Boone gets fired, they will have got everything they wanted.
I'm very NL East pilled, and there were a lot of Mets fans that were like, good they didn't make the playoffs, because then that would validate their strategy and they wouldn't think they're like, okay, we made the playoffs, so we have to re-sign Polar Bear and we have to do this and we have to keep on keeping on. Whereas now they didn't make the playoffs and they can do what they're supposed to do and restructure.
Yeah, see, that's no fun.
Yeah.
I want you to feel the immense pain of loving your team, immediately followed by instant playoff heartbreak. Many of us have had to deal with this for years. Josh, by the way, speaking of people loving their team and then instantly experiencing playoff pain, do you have any comments on the Philadelphia Phillies?
Bryce Harper has gone 1 for 7 in 2 playoff games at home.
All right, so
interesting for a guy that everyone who knows ball tells me that's a great player. That's a guy you want on your team. It's a guy you want on your squad.
I appreciate your perspective, Josh, but 1 of 7 is a little bit of a small sample size. With that being said, looks like they're probably going to get swept out of the playoffs, and
by the busted ass Dodgers.
It's not that crazy to go 1 of 11 in a playoff series.
Maybe
he's had some good playoff moments.
If you're God's gift to baseball, maybe you do better than that.
It's not that crazy. People getting after Judge for not getting any playoff hits again. Apparently, we're back to that. But I think they like to forget that he was actually pretty good during the playoffs last year on the Yankees' route to the World Series. So, you go with whatever narrative you'd like to go with. Elsewhere, we have a story in television that we'd like to laugh at, or that I'd personally like to laugh at. It'll double as a victory lap for me yet again.
Hang the banner again.
And why has Kurt Signetti changed his tone?
What do you mean changed his tone?
Connor? He's a very confident guy. He loves his team, and they think they're gonna beat everybody, and people love that confidence about him. And all of a sudden, they're lining up to play Oregon this week, and I don't hear that same confidence. I hear a lot of, Dan Lanning is a pretty good coach, and they're a pretty tough team. What's up with that? Oh, it's almost like they're punching in a different weight class now. It's fascinating.
Well, it's almost like he's seen the previous coaches who have
tried to talk smack on Dan Lanning.
Come at the king. Who was it? It was Dion and Mike Gundy.
Well,
neither of whom will be at their respective schools next year.
Yeah, and then, he didn't need much motivation to get after Franklin and Penn State.
Yeah.
But, yep. those two in particular have fallen victim to the Dan Lanning. I imagine
It's best not to anger him.
Curt Cignetti is trying to stay out of the way this week, which is interesting. I feel like that's a little bit different. So we'll ask during the show today, why is he being so nice? Also, I'm glad this is over, so we can just put it to bed. LeBron James is. I don't know what kind of stupid you have to be to think that something was going to happen
Thank
here.
you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to attack anyone who may be listening that thought that LeBron James was going to announce his retirement today in this way. But if you did, you might be the most media illiterate person in the world. That's the nicest I can frame it. I'm sorry. I've been thinking about it all morning. That's the nicest way I can word it.
I think, yeah, that is.
This was an advertisement.
It was always an
jump.
advertisement. It was always an advertisement.
I thought it was going to be more Taco Tuesday related because it was coming out on a Tuesday. But
oh, look, I just saw an article from TMZ. LeBron James duped the basketball world into thinking he was going to make a major announcement on his career. I can't imagine thinking that he was going to make a big announcement about his career by calling it the Decision 2 and having it, wearing a nice knitted button-down shirt, drinking a cocktail. I can't imagine that was how he was going to do it.
He owns a Players Tribune thing, right? Like he used to do the barbershop TV show or whatever.
Oh yeah, does he still do that?
I don't think he does, but that's how he will do it.
Yeah,
he will own the content.
No, it'll be like
of
a
his
live.
Own...
It'll be like a live, event.
Yeah,
you'll know when LeBron's going to retire.
Yeah,
you'll know. It'll be painfully obvious. It wasn't going to be this. So, if you were not thinking that LeBron was going to retire today, kudos to you. Nice job. You have common sense. Excellent job by you all. All right.
Now, if you just want to drink a fine Hennessy, now you have.
Maybe you're excited about his. Maybe you're excited about his announcement about his Hennessy. It's possible. A couple emails here on the Equitable Bank inbox. John emails in.
Hi, John.
LeBron James will never go away, unfortunately. I kind of enjoy LeBron. I like watching LeBron play basketball.
I like watching LeBron play basketball. It's this stuff that I hate.
Yeah.
He's very bad at this stuff.
Well, he's got a team, and I think he goes with what the team wants to do. John also emails in about Connor's predictions and writes, the body of this email says, Jeff Sims. Fair.
It wasn't so much about Jeff Sims as it was about math.
I predicted that the weather was going to be hot again in October, but also I predicted that Jeff Sims wouldn't keep turning the ball over at a historic rate.
Yeah.
So it evens out. Right about one, wrong about another.
You win some, you lose some.
Also, I got this email during the crossover from emailer Brett.
Hi, Brett.
Josh, I'm going to read this. This is exactly how it reads.
Oh, no.
I have an opinion that one of Connor's original opinions about pizza is absolutely correct. Over the weekend, I took my family to an Italian restaurant, and my wife's eyes lit up when she saw that their special was pumpkin pizza. I proceeded to go on a rant about how that is not pizza. We can't just throw whatever kind of crap we want onto some dough and call it pizza. This is getting way out of hand. We used to have standards in this country, and now it's like everyone gets a participation trophy for food. Buffalo chicken pizza is not pizza. Philly cheesesteak pizza is not pizza. And pumpkin pizza is definitely not pizza. Stop calling it pizza. Love the show you guys do. You do a great job of making it entertaining and fun. Thank you, Brett. A great email, if I'm to say so myself.
What is pumpkin pizza?
I don't know how you put a pumpkin on a pizza.
Do they put the seeds on and like roast the seeds on some dough?
Like shavings of a pumpkin? Or yeah, check it out. Let me know what you see. What is it?
What is it?
Yeah, what is it? What do you see? When you Google pumpkin pizza, and you go to images, what do you see? Describe it
This
to
looks
me,
like
Josh.
cubed.
Use your words.
Cubed pumpkin on a pizza.
Dear
which I don't know. That wasn't what I
God.
was picturing, I guess.
Dear God. Dear
Ryan on YouTube.
Hi, Ryan.
Shut up. It's all pizza.
It's a great retort. It's a great retort to Brett's email and my previous take. Teresa says, make it a dessert pizza and I'll think about it.
Okay, so this is treating the pumpkin like a squash.
I have softened on the I think you could call it whatever you want. My take, the thing that I stand on is that I believe when you go to a place that claims they are good at making pizza, you want to try the one that looks the most like a common Italian pizza, with the with just with cheese, or whatever it might be. But you want to experience the dough, the crust, the top, the sauce is the cheese. Make sure the ingredients are good. That's how you get the best evaluation of a pizza place. That is my take, for the record. The best way to get an evaluation on a pizza place that claims they are about making Italian pizza is to try the pizza, the plain pizza.
Try the chicken pesto.
Not the buffalo chicken pizza. Certainly not the pumpkin pizza. Certainly not the pumpkin pizza. But you could call it whatever you want. Chris writes in.
Hi, Chris.
Buffalo chicken pizza is 100% pizza. It's my number one choice most of the time. If garbage Hawaiian pizza is pizza, so is buffalo chicken pizza. Once again, I'm you could make anything and call it pizza. But it's just not my preference. And that also coincides with one of my other takes, which is separate, which is buffalo chicken is too prevalent in society. We can't have buffalo chicken everything. I remember when it used to just be wings, but now it's definitively not just wings.
It's everything else.
All right. Now that we have started off the show that way, let's continue on. Let's go back to the NFL from last night. Chiefs, are they in trouble? Trevor Lawrence falling down? Chris Jones not even trying to tackle him? What is wrong with them?
He had an itch.
Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Upon further review, the host point is good.
The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
last night in Duval. Totally normal. Looked like the Chiefs were hitting their stride again. They're back. They're up 14-0. They're silencing the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I believe they have the ball again. Looking to go up even further for halftime. Jacksonville gets a touchdown before halftime. And then comes all the way back to take the lead. Kansas City gets it back. You're like, uh-oh, did you leave Trevor Lawrence too much time? And I guess the answer was yes. Mike Schaefer and I were texting back and forth, just basically sharing our thoughts that there was no way that the Jaguars were going to do anything of significance on their final drive. We have years and years of evidence to suggest that that might be the case, but they still were able to do so. A nice throw or two by Trevor Lawrence, and then all the way down to inside the 5-yard line where this happened last night.
Goal with 30 seconds left. Now Lawrence goes down, has to get up, breaks a tackle, touchdown Jacksonville.
All right, so Aikman's got to be a drop there. No way. Now I wish we had the. Let's do this real quick here. Wish we had the telestrator.
Oh yeah.
If you're watching along with us on YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and softly scroll through this video. Trevor Lawrence falls to the ground, gets back up. Now watch we can put a circle around number 95. He's right there standing in the middle of the field by himself.
Through that little green line that's on your screen.
Yeah. What's he doing? Let's see where he goes. He might have an angle here, right? Lawrence has got to go backwards before he goes forward. And all of a sudden, he takes a step or two, and maybe he thinks his teammates got him tackled. And Chris doesn't move very far before Trevor Lawrence is in. Now, does Chris Jones get there? Does Chris Jones make a play on that at the goal line? I think it could be debated because I kind of doubt it. I kind of doubt he gets all the way there. But it is a game-winning touchdown with what? Let's go back up here.
16 seconds.
Yeah, take off your lower third there, Josh. 23 seconds left in the game. It's a pretty important deal, but it's first down, and Chris Jones just decided to, leave him alone. Let's leave him out there. We're going to let him get up.
Oh, that's a dilemma.
We're going to let him fall down, get up, and then run around a little bit more, break one tackle, and dive into the end zone for a touchdown. That is a tough look for the all-pro defensive tackle. Tough look. Once again, I don't know if he gets there. I kind of doubt it.
But if you want to be viewed as the best defender in the sport, maybe you run over there.
Exactly.
Trot over there. Certainly don't just stand there.
No, that doesn't look good on tape. When they pull out the old 22 today, they're going to see that, and well, they've definitely seen it already, and they noticed it already. But they go back into the film room.
Somebody's asking Chris.
The room's all dark, and they're in the kind of theater style room, and they're like, and Spags is like, pause right there. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, coach.
Where are you going? And he goes, yikes. I don't know.
You saw that, huh?
I didn't think anybody would notice. I did not think anybody would notice.
He fell down, and I thought the play was over. I thought I was in college.
Okay, that's a good excuse. It's like when the guys say, I didn't know that there was overtime, or I didn't know that you could tie,
or I didn't know in the NFL.
I didn't know how the overtime rules work. You're right. I think there's probably a certain amount of players that have weaponized not knowing things in their careers. It's possible if that was the case from Chris Jones. I haven't heard him talk about it yet. I can't imagine how people are reacting to this in Kansas City. Probably not very well. So the Chiefs look like they were back on track after dismantling the Ravens a couple weeks ago, and now all of a sudden that win looks sort of odd. You know, it's not aging particularly well.
No.
And you lose to the Jaguars on Monday Night Football. And here's how it goes going forward.
Yeah. This is important. Listen up, everybody.
Lions on Sunday night this week.
That's correct.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football.
You can hear it right here on 1620 The Zone.
There you go. It's at Arrowhead Stadium at Jiha. Raiders. Commanders at Bills at Broncos versus Colts. That takes you through basically Thanksgiving when they go to play the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. And, you know, it's hard to beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, I guess.
Oh yeah, the mega number.
I don't know.
Coming.
I don't know. I mean, we'll talk about the NFL picture a little bit later on, but a lot of people thought that division was going to be among the most competitive in football. We might have some questions to ask about the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Broncos got a great win over the weekend against Philly. Kansas City looks human, and Vegas looks predictably still bad. And everyone was like, oh yeah, I think all these teams are going to be better this year. I don't know that any of them are. So Chiefs still in the picture, but things are not looking or feeling right down I-29. Baymon writes in,
Hey, Baymon.
it's not Chris Jones's fault. If only we had, it's not Giancarlo's fault.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, we only have that now. Sadly, we have Bleep.
Always.
Yeah,
That's a good one. Use that one.
but it's already on there twice. We have such limited space on the wall. You can't have that on there twice. Anyway, yeah, it's not Giancarlo's fault. It's not Chris Jones's fault. It's probably not Chris Jones's fault.
Probably not.
Probably not Chris Jones's fault. But a tough look.
What if he could have gotten there?
Tough look. All right. So we'll have more NFL stuff from over the weekend with AB at the bottom of the hour. NFL reaction, overreaction, of course, coming up at 12:30. And might the Chiefs show up in Josh's bottom 5 NFL teams? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. So we'll find out.
It's proprietary. I don't share it with others.
We will all find out together coming up in just a couple short hours. We'll be back 11 o'clock hour. Hear from Matt Rule on a variety of different topics and issues coming up on 1620 The Zone.
let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
You know, that crisp fall air really makes me think about one thing: basketball season being right around the corner.
Hoops.
Especially when I get an email into my Equitable Bank inbox from the Big Ten Conference about its basketball preseason honors. Yes.
Whoa.
I'm so excited. Now, of course, the Big Ten cannot be bothered to do a preseason poll.
There's too many teams.
There's too many teams.
No doubt I would forget one.
I assume that's a Cleveland.com bit. I wonder where Nebraska will be picked. But I think Basketball Media Day, it's coming up. It might be this week.
Get Robin on the horn.
It might be. I mean, Robin will be on the horn tomorrow. I can't remember. Let's see. Big Ten Basketball Media Day. October 8, 9. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Whoa.
Tomorrow and Wednesday.
In Rosemont, Illinois.
I saw a picture of Nebraska's basketball team. Did you see that? They said your 2025 Nebraska Cornhuskers. It's like a team picture. That was nice. I don't know when Big East Media Day is. Anyway, none of that matters. But the Big Ten has announced that Braden Smith is the preseason player of the year, as chosen by a select media panel, by the way. Of course, Smith, the guard from Purdue, is the reigning Big Ten player of the year and consensus first team All-American. And yes, notable, still in college. Feels like he's been around for quite some time. He has been. Here is the 2025-2026 preseason all Big Ten basketball team. Josh, you let me know when you've heard of any of these people.
Okay.
You love basketball.
I like it. I have an appreciation for it, but yes.
All right. I don't think you're super into Big Ten basketball.
Definitely not.
All right.
I like points.
Bennett Sturts makes the preseason all Big Ten team.
Nope.
The transfer from Drake.
Drizzy?
Not Drizzy, just Drake University.
Okay.
With Ben McCullough there. So Bennett Sturts is on the team. Yaxel Landeborg.
I like the name, but I've never heard it.
He's from Michigan. Nick Martelli from Northwestern.
Phil Martelli's kid?
No, I'm sorry, Martinelli.
Oh.
Bruce Thornton, big guard from Ohio State.
No.
All right. Nate Biddle from Oregon.
No.
The big tall, I think he's like balding. It's kind of funny. Jackson Shellstad is apparently still at Oregon as well. I remember him balling out against the Blue Jays in the NCAA tournament, like what feels like 7 years ago now, in that crazy game to go to the Sweet 16. Trey Kaufman-Wren, also still in college at Purdue. Braden Smith.
Purdue.
Donovan Dent at UCLA, the transfer from New Mexico, I believe, and John Blackwell from Wisconsin. Those are your Big Ten basketball players. 2025-26. Josh, your thoughts?
I'm sure they're all great kids. Love that they're out there getting these accolades. I've never heard of them. And that's on me. That's a me thing. That's not a them problem.
Have you heard of KenPom?
I have heard of KenPom.
The human poll is out.
The human poll.
The H.U.H.U.M.A.N.
Is this like the human fund?
So I actually don't know what the human poll is. Somebody's going to have to tell me about this, but I did see that the KenPom human poll is out, and I know this is a staple of every offseason. These are just people that maybe I actually don't know. I don't know what the human poll is.
Voting for the human poll is now open to any KenPom subscribers that wish to participate.
Oh, damn it.
That's you.
I still subscribe to KenPom.
It's an experimental preseason college basketball ranking that aggregates predictions from subscribers of Ken Pomeroy's analytics website, kenpom.com.
Look at that. All right. So number one team, Houston.
We're doing this again. Okay.
Are you out on Houston?
It's time to bleep or get off the pot.
What do you mean?
Win it
Josh?
all or go away.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, they're in the Final Four like every year.
Yeah, maybe it's time to win the big one.
They lost the big one last year. Lost the big one in 1984, 1983.
Famously.
All right. So Josh is out on Houston. He says, don't care about Houston anymore. Purdue is number 2. Duke, Florida, and UConn are the top.
UConn.
Followed by St. John's, number
Whoa.
6. Now that is fascinating. I don't know. Anyway, Creighton comes in at number 24 in the human poll.
Where was Nebraska?
Let's get a
Crown champion Nebraska.
56.
The rampant disrespect.
56 in the human poll, which if you're about 56 in KenPom at the end of the year, then you're on track for another Crown appearance.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Let's see where the Mavs ended up. Nebraska, Omaha, 173. 173 for the Mavs. And of course, coming in dead last as they do basically every single year, Mississippi Valley State, 365.
Yeah.
Tough. There you go. There's your human poll. Basketball is basically here, Josh. I could smell it. You are ready for it. I could sense it from your aura. You're like, wow, just make it be here already. There's exhibition games in Nebraska plays BYU next Saturday. Creighton plays Iowa State next Friday. Oh my goodness. It's here.
It's pretty much here. I'll be there. I'll be excited when we get going, but it does take me a little while to warm up to.
Okay, you will be excited because some people are like, "Oh, basketball is here, and I can't stand it. I can't stand when they dribble, shoot."
No, the squeaking shoes on my TV
feels great. It feels great. When
8 o'clock tips,
and then we'll take it. But there will be an exhibition game or two around here, and then we'll take a couple weeks off, basically, and then they'll start the season in the beginning of November. And then at that point, the games won't really mean anything, and nobody will be playing anybody until like the second week of November, and then like Duke will play Michigan State or something like that. I actually don't know any of this, and then there will be some actual competitive non-conference games like Thanksgiving week. So you have a little bit of time.
Feast week.
You have some time to get yourself prepared, to prepare your body.
Duke plays this season. Tennessee.
Okay.
That's a good team, right?
Yeah.
Texas.
All right.
Kansas.
Of course they do.
That's at the Garden.
Uh-huh.
Michigan State. They play Michigan State every
I told you, yeah.
This one's in East Lansing.
Ooh, a straight up road game. That's fun.
Then they go back to Madison Square
Is that in
Garden
the
and
now
play Texas
defunct
Tech.
Big Ten ACC Challenge?
Maybe.
But it's defunct.
They play Florida in the ACC SEC Challenge.
That's a hell of a non-con there for Duke. They must not think the ACC is going to be very good this year. I'm noticing.
What would ever give them that idea?
I'm noticing. Probably Pat Kelsey not guarding Ryan Kalkbrenner in the NCAA tournament last year. That's how everyone knows. Okay. Matt Rule from yesterday. We're back to football for now, Josh. Remember this quote from yesterday? This "it's okay to be positive" thing?
I do, yes.
Let's play it real quick so you can remember it even more specifically. And I'd like to talk about something based off of that thought. Here's Matt Rule yesterday in Lincoln.
Do you feel like that D-line took a step forward in this game?
Yeah, well, John, that's not forcing it. Just the negative, you guys. The negative things can't be like this, and then the positive things are like, well, I don't. It's okay to say something positive. They'll still subscribe and listen. I promise, guys. It's okay to be positive too. All right. I'm just teasing. You know, I love you. No, but I agree with you completely. Like, I thought it was like, and again, I think I said earlier in the year, like, as you watch, as the season goes on, they will, like, you know, you can practice and practice and practice, but until you play in some games, you start seeing like, man, I can't get off a block. Then all of a sudden you start seeing like, you start walking out. I go out at night, every night, like 6 o'clock, and I sit out on the balcony because there's not a balcony by my office. The assistant coaches all have balconies. So I just go sit outside their offices and just kind of hold court for a little bit. And you look out there, there's usually someone out there working, doing some extra work, you know. And so when they start getting into games, they start saying, hey, I need to do this. But, you know, we stopped the run. Right, so that's a positive storyline, right? This is a running football team, and we stopped the run and turned it into a drop back game. Now, credit to Childs, like to 2 short fields, man, he made some plays running around that bother you. But on the 1 sack, like the effort that Waneri had, like, he spun around 3 times to get the guy. Elijah Judy just keeps getting better in practice and pass rushing. So, I thought they made a real step and stopped the run and then turned into a passing game. I thought Waneri was like special in the game. I thought McCullough was special in the game. I thought, the inside guys. And then we got some like David Huffkin gets in the game for the first time ever. He's playing well. So I think Terry and Phil Simpson are doing a good job with those guys.
I love his little comments because I think he's like Doug in Idaho says, is he kidding? The media treats him with kid gloves. I don't know. When you're the coach and you care about all the things that are being said about your program, you probably tend to focus on the negative things.
Definitely.
And that's okay.
Also, can we get this man a balcony?
Yeah, I would have figured that he would have got the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? How did all the assistant coaches get balconies and he didn't get a balcony?
I don't know.
I got to walk through there. I haven't been through the building yet, but I mean, it's beautiful. Josh, you saw it when you were taking your vacation to Lincoln last summer.
That's right.
And the big beautiful windows and the big beautiful screens.
Yeah, it's at the Moral Hall there.
It's right across.
Yeah,
exactly in the horseshoe.
That's what I was trying to think of. Thank you.
So, anyway, yes, he's kidding. He doesn't think the media treats him too poorly because they don't. First of all, and I think that's just a common head coach, media thing. Just some light ribbing there with Steve Sipple, which is fine.
I love you.
So and the questions about the defensive line, and we've had a lot of talk this week about the offensive line already. We'll continue to talk about the offensive line. There's a lot of back and forth on the PFF grades. I knew the PFF grades would be controversial, because now you're seeing a pushback on the PFF, because immediately it was like, okay, offensive line sucks. But then Sunday, PFF grades come out and it's like, oh, offensive line good, Dylan bad. And now it's like, wait a minute, you guys are giving too much credit to the offensive line and not, so now it's.
I've said for 27 years, PFF is garbage.
So.
That's you guys.
It's the question that I sort of asked to Schaefer yesterday. I think Nebraska's a pretty good team comparatively to the teams that they're going to have to play this year and for the rest of the Big Ten. I think Nebraska's a pretty solid team. I think there's some advantages that they're going to take advantage of against some teams that they're playing, especially in the month of October here. And I think they have weaknesses, much like every other team in the country, especially in their area of, competition, has issues. But for some reason, I sense from you all that it just, and correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm making a straw man. Maybe this is just a fake thing. But like, I sense that like it's not enough, or there's some sort of uneasiness about the way this team is built in particular. It's almost like people think that they are pretty good, but they don't want to say it because they're not built in a certain way. So
okay.
My question is, are we perfectionists, or, you hear it over and over and over again. You get told by people, Nebraska's been in the Big Ten for 15 years now. And what have you heard? What are the old Big Ten colloquialisms?
Got to run the ball.
You got to run the ball. You got to stop the run. You got to have a good offensive line. You got to have a good defensive line. These are big boys of the Big Ten. This is NFL style line play. Like, all of those things just get repeated and repeated and repeated over and over and over again. So I think you hear that over a long period of time, and you think, well, I saw the game. I didn't like what Nebraska's offensive line did. I didn't like what their defensive line did against Michigan. And so how in the world are we going to win any games without a halfway decent offensive line and defensive line? So I think there's probably a little bit of that, I hear, well, if you don't have a good offensive line, nothing matters. It's also a lie. That's not the truth. It's not the truth. It is the truth if Nebraska, if this team was trying to win a national championship. And of course they're trying to win a national championship, but they're not going to win a national championship. They're not talented enough to win a national championship. They've already lost. They're not going to win a national championship, right? So I think most people have admitted that we have We've accepted this reality. We've accepted this fate. Nebraska's not going to win a national championship. And so if you're holding them to that standard and the offensive line is what the offensive line is, the defensive line is built the way they're built, the defense is built the way they're built, then I see your gripe. But I do not think that Nebraska has a chance to win a national championship. I think they have a chance to win a lot of games. And I think they have an outside chance to get to the college football playoff. When they get there, they're not going to win the national championship. I'm sorry if you're just hearing this for the first time. So the statement should really be adapted. I think if your strengths don't happen to be on the offensive and defensive line, which I'm speaking in super duper generalities now, like if your strengths don't happen to be on the offensive and defensive line and you're not built that way, you can still win games. So in essence, that statement of like, you have to have a great offensive and defensive line if you want to play in the Big Ten, it's essentially a lie for the teams that are playing in Nebraska's zone, in that sort of murky middle. It makes it harder. It makes it more difficult. But come on, you see what Nebraska's got. They got a couple fantastic wide receivers, a halfway decent running back, a great quarterback, a good to great quarterback, and a defensive backfield that is flying around and covering and doing a really nice job of doing so. And we'll talk about this later. Pretty damn good special teams. Pretty damn good special teams. Maybe even great special teams at this point. So it's all a math equation. You don't have to just, it's not like your season is a wash if you feel like you're getting beat up on the offensive line and the defensive line. But I know people see that and they're told, well, you have to have a great offensive line and defensive line in the Big Ten to win games. So this season is just a wash now. They'll never do anything of significance. It's just not true. And then people, hear that and they take that to mean, well, Nebraska had some mistakes on the offensive line. They must not be able to win any games. Or is it, so are we just perfectionists? Or do we just not like how they're building it? That's possible. I mean, I hear people calling about running quarterbacks all the time. I hear people calling about the offensive line and how they're not good enough and they'll never be good. I hear there's people on the postgame show talking about how this is the worst offensive line that they've seen. I'm like, you guys are idiots. There's no chance that that's the case. Anyway, it might not be a great offensive line. It might not even be a good offensive line, but it ain't the worst.
Or are you mad because you thought it would be
it's possible
better than it is right now? I'm just
trying to suss this out. Like, where is this lack of I don't know if it's buy-in, but maybe that is the right word. I'm talking about from the fan base. Where does this sort of come from? Where does this originate from? Is this not is this not a style of football team that you were promised right off the bat? I'll admit it, and Rule would admit it to you. It's a hell of a lot different from what we thought it would be when they got to this point. I figured the way Rule talked right away and the way he saw it right away and the way they were starting to build it right away, it would be a team that was a lot more like Iowa in the traditional way, right? In the they were going to run the ball.
I certainly thought that.
We're going to play awesome defense. But I actually think they're kind of a lot like Iowa in other ways. And we'll talk about that when we get to the special teams conversation a little bit later. But they've, like, all you want a coach to do is, well, first of all, when you get Dylan Raiola, it changes everything, right? So
it does.
I'm never going to paint that out to be a bad thing. It just can't be. It can't be a bad thing. But timelines get accelerated, and all of a sudden you have to adapt a little bit to what he does well, or to what you feel like you're going to be able to do to accentuate his skill set. During his time here. And all you want a coach to do is roll with the punches, right? Adapt to what you have. How many times do we talk about that? People do this stupid thing of like halftime adjustments and all that stuff. And you have to adapt to the personnel. You have to play complementary football. Schaefer said it yesterday, and he's totally right. Nebraska is playing complementary football right now. but it's not maybe the kind of complementary football that you came to expect. They've adapted to what they have. They have, I think, identified their shortcomings, at least for this team this year. So I'm pretty sure that's a good thing. And I'm not going to paint that out to be a bad thing. But I'm just trying to get to the bottom of like where the, where the hesitancy comes from. Is it just losing to Michigan and like they're not going to be able to beat a good team, so it doesn't matter anyway? Once again, newsflash for you: like you're not going to play very many good teams as good as Michigan the entire year. You're not going to play very many good teams who, I mean, think about it from a matchup perspective, and this is how we have to think about Nebraska this season. I think they'll probably struggle more. It'll be more difficult for them to win games with strong, powerful fronts that want to possess the ball and don't turn the ball over on offense. The Minnesota game is going to be hard. The Iowa game is going to be hard. The Penn State game is going to be hard. The rest of them, they're not built like that. And I like Nebraska's matchup. I like Nebraska's matchup in those games because I think they have a plus quarterback advantage. I think they have a plus defensive backfield advantage. And I think they have a plus special teams advantage in almost every other game that they play. And you hope that their special teams advantage and their quarterback advantage and their defensive backfield advantage can show up in these other games where you're going to get beat at the point of attack. Right? Is it possible for that to happen? In my opinion, yes. But I don't know. I've seen a little bit of a hesitancy from people to sort of buy into exactly how they're building it and what they're doing right now. And I shouldn't even say how they're building it because I don't think they meant to, I think Rule comes from the standpoint of, they have an idea of what they're going to be going into a season, and you create game plans based off of that and highlight specific things and install specific things based on that. But I think Rule would probably tell you, yeah, this is a moving target. We are going to get different things from every team based on who we play every single week. They're going to throw different stuff at us, and it's up for us to figure out exactly how to beat it. And we're not always going to be healthy, and guys are going to be in and out, and guys have good weeks and guys have bad weeks, and it's up and down and up and down and up and down. And you just have to kind of coach through it. You have to pick the good things out. I think that's what Rule would probably tell you. And in case you weren't familiar, it's not going to be all sunshine and roses. Nebraska, if I had to guess, is probably going to lose one that they're not supposed to. And at that point, the noise will get loud because I just get the sense that people don't you'll
all come in the chat and you'll say, I told you,
I told
you.
I don't really get it. I think Nebraska has a coach and a coaching staff right now who is doing exactly what we've asked of them. And that's just to adapt and not adapt to what they do well and not be mentally immune to making plays at the end of games and have good special teams and do the details right. I think Nebraska's coaching staff is doing a really good job at all that stuff right now. Hopefully at the end of the year we all say, yeah, I think they got the most out of that team. And right now I think they're trending toward it. I don't know if I'm higher on them than most, but I kind of like the way it's headed. That's for sure. So we got some text that we can get to as we continue on throughout the show today, but we'll take a break here and we'll step aside for Allan Bell driving the line. Talk some NFL with him, some college football as well. After this on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Allan Bell, the AB3 on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Well, I turn up to the TV and I look at ESPN and I see Mr. Duval himself on the television on McAfee's show right now. Big win for the Jags last night against Kansas City. And we bring in our good friend Allan Bell of Driving the Line. Joins us now, the Prairie Flower Casino Zone Hotline. AB, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, sir. How we doing?
Excellent. Excellent. What'd you think about that one last night? Are we starting to get concerned about the Chiefs, or is that just a good Jaguars win?
I mean, it was a good Jaguars win. And, with the Chiefs, I mean, look, they are who they are. It's going to be a tough year, man. It was last year. They won every close game last year. The ball generally doesn't bounce your way twice. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I concern myself. These tight games, it's going to be tough, man.
Yeah, I think so too. And, maybe, I guess hopefully for them, like, it's not just things regressing or evening out right now, but you're right. You can't win all those. They're going to be in it. Also, we touched on this a little bit earlier, but I want to get your thought. We thought that division that Kansas City's in, the AFC West, was going to be, one of the best, if not the best in the NFL this year. And now I kind of look around and I say, well, I don't think the Raiders are probably, making that jump that people thought they were going to make. Kansas City is whatever Kansas City is. Denver, you've been high on Denver. They're pretty good. They had a great win over the weekend. And the Chargers are good. But they had a sort of baffling result over the weekend as well. What do you think about that division and sort of the way it looks going forward with some of these teams who are sitting in that murky middle right now?
Yeah, it's a good question. Look, I think the Raiders are, who we thought they are. Look, they're going to surprise some teams some weeks, and some weeks they're going to look pretty bad, right? The Chargers going through it right now. They got injuries, but look, I still believe in them. The Broncos are getting better by the week.
Yep.
They are an excellent football team, man. They really are. And the Chiefs, look, we're not ever counting them out. But it's going to be tough. But yeah, man, like, look, I think that, if we look at the health of the Chargers, can they do it? And how good can Denver be? Because I'm telling you, this team is getting better by the week, man. They're playing great football.
Allan Bell is with us. AB, how did the this is a team that we bring up quite a lot in our conversations. But how did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers become like the most fun team in the NFL, which it appears to me that they are right now?
Oh, dude, Baker Mayfield, man.
100%. That's the only answer. Baker Mayfield. He's so awesome.
It is. He is awesome, man. And he was yelling at a Seahawks fan who was yelling at him, letting him know he's going to win, and then went back and found him and let him know after the game that he was like, dude, Baker Mayfield's awesome. This is a well-coached team. They're physical, but yeah, Baker's the answer for sure.
He is, and they have some injuries that they're dealing with as well, but they just keep finding guys. You would think, all right, you don't have Mike Evans, you don't have Bucky Irving, might be tough to win against that defense. Now it's a career day for Emeka Egbuka, and Baker Mayfield is entered into like the MVP conversation. It's a fun ride. They are a lot of fun to watch each and every Sunday at this point of the year. What do we do with Baltimore? Speaking of injuries, I mean, pretty significant. You can't ignore that fact. But as we often talk about during this portion of the year, first, second week of October, we're 5 weeks down through the season now. Your record becomes what you are at a certain point. How do we square away what Baltimore has been and will be?
Yeah, so the same thing we talked about the Chiefs, right? Like, I'm not ready to write Baltimore off, but the team is going to have issues, and the biggest thing with them is in the playoffs. So if we're going to have issues in the regular season, it concerns me. So, again, I don't know if they're a Super Bowl caliber team, but they're going to be a playoff team. But again, man, like, a tiger never changes its stripes. Like, I worry that they're a team that's just really good. I mean, wait, how do you feel? Like, where
I don't know. I'm not convinced that they're any good. I mean, their defense was pretty. There were some warning signs before the season. Their defense is just not going to be what it has been, and then, they still have Lamar and everyone's like, oh, okay, their offense is going to be fine. And they have those, big games earlier in the year. They lose to the Bills and that shocker to start things off, and they lose to the Lions the way they did. And now, without Lamar, it just really, really doesn't look pretty. But that defense was always going to be a problem. I'm definitely not convinced that they're going to the playoff. That's for sure.
It's a fair point, right? And, the interesting thing, too, is looking at the difference between the AFC and the NFC, right? Like, I feel like the NFC, we have a better idea of at least, like we could come up with a playoff picture in the NFC right now. Not saying that's what it's going to be, but, like, we could get somewhat close. The AFC, dude, we're only in, week 6? Like, it is going to be wild who makes the AFC play. The AFC South, what do you do with them? Are the Jaguars good? What do we do with the Texans? You know what I mean? Like, AFC's all over.
Speaking of that division, let's I just want to take a quick peek and a quick drive-by here on the Tennessee Titans. What would you say, since you're close to it, what would you say the vibes are around Cam Ward right now in particular? Because every week he has this kind of like highlight reel throw, and I don't know how they pulled out that win against Arizona, probably mostly Arizona's undoing on Sunday. Like, what do we do with this right now? We knew that they were going to be bad, but what does it feel like right now?
Yeah, the feeling is exactly what you just said, right? Like, everyone here in Tennessee understands that this team is not good at all. Look, the question is how long is Brian Callahan going to be the head coach? Does he last the full year? Does he get fired in between? Meaning, does the team get better? Because that's really what you want to see is Cam Ward. And the answer to your question is that no one really knows. Like, we feel like watching this team locally, you can't even gauge it. Like, you don't know how good Cam Ward is because the team is just so bad. And the coaching staff is just like, I think the Titans might be, even coming off of a win, are they the worst team in the NFL? Like, do we put them below the Saints?
I don't know. We're going to find out in Josh's bottom 5 teams a little bit later on in the show. They still might be. They still might be, because I don't know what the Cardinals did. But I do know what they did. I watched it all happen, but I don't know how they did it. I guess that's the correct way to put it.
Just melt down. The Cardinals, I swear to you, will play up or down to their competition every week. It's the weirdest thing.
That's actually a really good point. Something to kind of remember going forward. AB, we got some baseball playoffs tonight. I see you tweeting out the weather and the weather factors related to tonight's games. I guess what are we watching for in the 2 American League baseball games tonight? You got any ideas?
Yeah, runs. All right. This is the first time we've actually had wind blowing, out, right? Like, we've been facing wind just blowing in and playing in a lot of indoor, parks. Yeah. You got 11-mile-an-hour winds blowing out in both of them today. Take overs in both games. You're going to see runs because it's do or die time now too. It's going to be done at the plate, not at the mound.
Yeah, we got two series in the AL that moved from indoor parks to outdoor parks now. So I think it's a pretty keen observation by you. Anything I don't know how much you've looked at our slate here for week 6 of the NFL. We have Eagles and Giants on Thursday night. Anything that you're taking an early look at for this week?
Yeah, so the Eagles coming off of a loss. How do they bounce back? Same deal with the Giants. I think we're gonna have a really good Thursday night game. And as weird as it sounds, I kind of want to watch this Titans Raiders game because I'm telling you, there will somehow be 97 points in this game. I have no idea how, but there will be a million points. It'll be insanity. But no, you're right. That Thursday night game, man, is gonna be excellent. I cannot wait to watch.
Usually when you get 2 bad teams together, then crazy things start happening. Geno Smith Geno Smith, Cam Ward, they're kind of wild cards at this point. All right, AB, well, we'll let you go. We appreciate it as always. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you soon.
Look forward to it, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Allan Bell driving the line. We'll grunt the slate, of course, on Thursday. Mm-hmm. And let's see. Did the writers bring up an Eagles topic today? Oh, they did. Okay, interesting. So maybe we'll be forced to comment on the Eagles a little bit later on in the show.
We always are for some reason.
Why? For some reason, they're very interesting.
I understand they're the defending champs,
Well, and the
but
writers want to know.
they are boring. But they did something very interesting during that game with the Broncos that I would like to talk about. So
Okay.
thank you, writers.
Okay. Once again, the writers have their finger on the pulse, their collective finger on the pulse. We'll also be talking about Baker Mayfield, the 49ers, the Ravens, and the New England Patriots today.
The Pats.
On NFL Reaction, Overreaction. That's coming up in a little under an hour. We'll take a break here, and we'll make way for Josh's Odd News when we return on 1620 The Zone. But first, here's a great reminder. It's still early in the week, so you have, I suppose, a chance at four-quarter pick'em. It's open for week 5 of four-quarter pick'em at this point. Get your picks in now to get a piece of the prize. You can play at 1620zone.com. But the special note, the editor's note on this is get subscribed to 1620 the email, because when you do, you're going to be able to make those picks early, which puts us in advantage for a tiebreaker win, which is what our winner for this past week's four-quarter pick'em exactly did. Tom was involved in a tiebreaker, and he won because he's a part of the email club and got the link early. Tiebreaker goes to Tom. So get subscribed to 1620 the email, and of course, submit your picks for four-quarter pick'em ASAP on 1620thezone.com.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
Well, it's a great day when the Odd News is back. All that stuff I said about Tuesdays earlier, forget about it. because the odd news is back. We don't get to do all the
Yes.
odd news on Monday because Matt Rule loves words so much. And so now Josh gets to talk.
I have the best words.
Yes.
Quickly before we begin, we can make fun of Flow Sports now, right? That won't upset any of our partners.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think not.
I say let's do it.
Okay.
If you are a fan of a niche sport or league, chances are you've heard of Flow Sports.
Mm-hmm.
It charged you a monthly fee, and it agreed to give you a game in exchange. Several.
That's
games,
usually the case.
Yes.
Yes.
Bill Simmons has learned that sometimes
Oh.
you pay the fee and
because his daughter plays college soccer.
okay.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
His daughter plays Division III soccer. So he had to pick up Flow Sports to watch his daughter play. Perfectly reasonable. He paid the money.
He's rich.
They gave him the service. And, sometimes you deal with the game freezing or not airing at all. He had some things to say about this. And I just thought I don't know why I thought this, that maybe some people locally would be able to relate. My daughter plays college soccer. She's a Division III athlete. And all these different leagues have these different systems for streaming the games to parents, because obviously the kids are from all over the place and people still want to. There's nothing more fun than watching your kid play sports. So we played, wow, that's a lot of letters together. We played a NESCAC team, and they have this beautiful HD wide feed, and you could see the whole game. It was like watching on ESPN2. And my wife and I were like, this is amazing. This is the best telecast of our daughter's game ever.
You almost sound like Bill Simmons. It's definitely Bill Simmons coded language right now.
And then on Saturday, we go back to the app that's for her league, the NUMAC League, and it's called Flow Sports. And it's this app, and it works for 20 straight minutes. It's a bleeping miracle. And sometimes it's just gone, and it says technical difficulties. There'll be 20 minutes left in the game. Sometimes it doesn't start. You log on before the game, and you're just like, I just hope my daughter's game is on. And then, oh, there's the field.
Okay, so I hear two things.
Okay.
With these types of broadcasts all the time. Number one, it costs too much money for the product. Like they're taking advantage of the families of the players usually.
Funny you say that. That's the next line. I felt like Flow Sports had played all of the hits for how to bleep with parents of these players.
Right. And so the price is a lot. So I hear things about the price, and that is a Flow Sports thing, right? If Flow Sports is going to, charge that much money, then maybe they give their partners, the schools, the tools necessary to have good broadcasts, right? Money is what I'm talking about, to buy broadcast equipment and feeds and cameras and broadcasters. And then there's also, so that's one part of it. So it's all Flow Sports related, or, whatever the streaming, because there's 1,000 of these. There's 1,000 Flow Sports out there.
Sure. All across this great country of ours.
And then there is the broadcast itself, which, if you have problems with the broadcast itself and it cuts out, or it doesn't exist, or the broadcasters are bad, or whatever it might be, in essence, that indirectly falls on the provider, Flow Sports, but directly it falls on the school, right? It's their product. Like I said, if they're not given the proper tools to be able to do it right, then that in essence is a Flow Sports problem as well, or a streamer problem as well. So there's two different things, but unfortunately for them, it is all fallen under the category of this is all a Flow Sports problem, or whatever it might be. And so they take the heat for these
They've
things.
sort of become synonymous with the problem instead of diagnosing the problem.
There are some schools that we're proud to work with that no matter what partner they are with, they will provide excellent broadcasts because they care and they know that those broadcasts mean a lot to the not only the people who are watching them, but the image of the school, right? They take a lot of pride in it and they hire good people and they invest money in technology and humans and all of that stuff to be able to do it right. That was the case when the Big East was working with Flow Sports and Creighton was working with Flow Sports, and it's still the case now. But now you'll notice it's not that big of a deal anymore because they're on the streaming service that is commonly bought by everyone in America. So it's not as hard to get to anymore, and the platform is easy to use.
Connor, that was a very mature political answer by you.
Thank you.
Should I go on or should I?
Oh, I didn't know there was
continue
more.
with-
I just
with
thought
the
it was
story?
over. I just thought it was over.
No, I have more quotes from Bill Simmons, but if you would like to move on to the next story, we can.
No, yeah, I could hear more from Bill on
Okay.
this. By the way, Jeremy says,
Hi, Jeremy.
"You're Bill Simmons. Go watch your daughter play in person, like the good parent you can afford to be." Well, he's also rich because he runs. He's like a Spotify partner, isn't he?
Yeah, he owns part of
He, like,
Spotify, if
owns
I'm not
part-
mistaken.
Yeah.
It's NFL season. He's
Yeah,
pod. You know,
yeah.
granted, you can podcast from anywhere once you get there.
He's rich because
but-
he has a job.
Yeah. We got the game up. There's a field of a game, just a wide shot of the field, one camera. There's a 3-year-old working the camera. They're just zooming in and out. It's like if you give your son an iPhone and he's like, ah, then on top of it, there's a test pattern. And every time the camera would move, like if the ball got kicked, the test pattern would come on. So about 20 minutes in, we might have a seizure. Like, should we keep watching this? Do we have to watch it? It's Zoe's game. We have to watch it.
Oh my God.
And then your cameras suck. Every telecast, it's a 50-50 whether I'm going to see my daughter's game or not. I live 3,000 miles away. Show the bleeping game. Figure it out. Get better cameras.
Oh, she lives. I didn't know that she.
Yeah, this isn't. Hey, she plays in one part of California and we live in another. This is cross country, baby.
Okay.
Use your resources for all these colleges. You have this great economic thing going on. You have people like us that are just away from our kids. We'll pay any amount of money to watch our kids play. Figure out the bleeping cameras, Flow Sports.
Amazing. Bill Simmons' daughter has scored a goal this year.
Did Bill see it? Who knows?
Well, it was last week. This could be the game that he was talking about. So he might have missed the goal.
Whoa. Okay.
Now that would be sad.
That would.
That'd be pretty sad. I don't know where this college is.
What is it? Middlebury?
It's in Boston.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. What a story.
Tracks. Truck spill of the week, Connor.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Matt sent us this story on Twitter. Sam has been requesting it in the chat as well.
Okay. I haven't seen what's going on in the chat.
Don't look at the chat. We go to Illinois where no injuries are reported after a semi-truck crashed blocked lanes of I-57 yesterday morning. The Illinois,
Illinois. Okay.
Yes, Illinois State Police said the incident happened at 4:38 a.m.
Okay, so the only question that I usually get to ask in the truck spills is the thing that is being spilled synonymous with the place where it is being spilled?
No, I would say no.
Okay. All right. I mean, is it just the classic, beer?
No, but it is a consumable of some kind.
It's not Guy Fieri's tequila, is it?
It is not. That is
Okay.
still missing.
Half of it is. They found. Did you watch that story, by the way?
Not yet.
Half of it is still missing. Half of it has been found.
I told my wife, I said, apparently Connor told us we need to watch this Guy Fieri story. And she goes, yes, you do, Josh. And I went,
she saw it too?
Oh, you know about
Okay,
it too.
good.
Okay. I'm in the dark on this.
Fried chicken tender batter. That's my guess.
That's a very creative guess. Unfortunately, it is wrong.
I've been watching Breaking Bad clips.
The answer is applesauce.
Oh, that kind of looks like fried chicken tender batter.
Sure. State police said a truck, tractor, semi-trailer, they wrote the story, not me, Truckers of America, crashed and rolled over, which shut down both northbound lanes. They got it up and running again at about 8:45.
You know who would love this?
Children. Your daughter.
My daughter. She'd be like, wow, this is my dream.
I forgot to get the picture and put it in the chat, but you should look at the picture because
Okay.
you would think, oh, eventually it'll just kind of like turn into water, right? Like, because that's what a lot of apples. Nope, this is that golden color of applesauce all over the road.
That golden color of applesauce.
You know.
Yeah. I know.
That golden color of applesauce.
I do. That looks disgusting.
It does.
Gross. It looks way darker than.
All
right.
Actually, my wife sent me a photo from 7 years ago today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, of me trying a pouch.
Oh yeah, like one of those kid pouches.
Apple and broccoli is what this one was.
Yikes!
I did not enjoy it.
Yeah,
I'm making a face.
Kids' food is awful.
Yeah. Finally, Connor, we're not runners. We're regular Joes. But we might need to go to Denver, and I might need to break my ban on Colorado. Go to Denver.
You don't allow yourself to go to Denver.
I don't, but there's a new ultra marathon that I think I could excel at. The Taco Bell 50K.
Nope. Nope.
Is a demanding test of not only cardiovascular fitness, but also intestinal fortitude. Participants are required to stop at 9 of the 10 Taco Bells along the route and consume food. This is the 8th such competition, and the rules are as follows. By the 4th stop, it's a 50-mile route, and there's 10 Taco Bells along the way. You have to eat at 9 of them. By the 4th stop, all entrants must have consumed at least one Chalupa Supreme or one Crunchwrap Supreme, your choice. By the 8th stop, all entrants must have consumed at least one Burrito Supreme or one Nachos Bel Grande, your choice. You have 11 hours to finish. Drinks do not count as food. You must keep all receipts and wrappers for confirmation of stupidity.
It's pretty funny.
No on-course Pepto, Alka-Seltzer, Pepsid AC,
Oh,
etc.
come on. Jeez. Hey, so I got a question, Josh.
Yeah.
You might not be able to answer this, but I know there is a person in the building who, well, I don't know if they'd be able to answer it, but they'd be able to comment on it. Why did Taco Bell become like an internet cult thing? Like it's almost cool on the internet to eat Taco Bell.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, it
like
is.
I
You're
just
right.
like people used to ironically say that they like Taco Bell. And now I feel like it's morphed into they think they're ironically saying they love Taco Bell, but they actually love Taco Bell and they get Taco Bell all the time. Like the internet might be keeping Taco Bell alive.
That's a good question.
Because I don't eat that. Like Taco Bell is not near one of my top whatever fast food restaurants. But I hear people talking about Taco Bell all the time. Like the people that talk about Taco Bell gets talked about more than it gets eaten.
Okay. I think you're probably onto something there. Now I eat there. I enjoy it.
I like to eat my McDonald's in silence whenever I eat my McDonald's, which is not very much.
Monopoly back on the app.
That's another thing that people like to talk about. People love talking about it. I don't care. I don't care about Monopoly at McDonald's. It's cool. I don't care. I'm not going to collect them. I never did.
What do you care about?
Not
God,
this.
man.
Not this. So I'd like to know from you all if you've noticed this trend about the youths enjoying Taco Bell. Probably
it is oddly cool for what it is.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. All right. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is the odd news. The noon hour is coming up next on 1620 The Zone.
He has the latest sports news, expert analysis, award-winning commentary, and a pocket full of cabbage.
Can you give us an indication why?
Just in case there's a sauerkraut emergency.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, people want the poll question. Is Taco Bell cool to eat? So we can put that up at Happer Show on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. I believe that was basically the question we were trying to ask. That is an observation that I have had. Anyway, it seems like for some people that it might be cool, but I don't care. I don't care whether the food I eat is cool. I just care if it's good. And there are some times where I get Taco Bell.
Taco Bell,
Sometimes
delicious.
it's good. But I like a wide array of things. Here's a quote from practice.
Okay.
Holgo and Butler are talking today. John Butler might be the man of the hour this week. People are liking John Butler.
Okay.
They're liking his vibe. But no, this quote comes from Dana Holgerson. Holgo the Oko. From Sam McEwen. Asked if he expects defenses to continue to pressure Raiola with blitzes. Quote, oh yeah, especially this bunch. Now, I don't know what kind of emphasis he put on those words that I just said.
It is kind of important.
But this is once again, I'm trying to find if anybody else has that exact wording. Oh yeah, especially with this bunch. Like, is there a ... like, you know, this bunch of what? Because the way it reads to me, Josh, I don't know how it reads to you. The way it reads to me is like this bunch, meaning maybe they're not able to handle the blitz very well. There's only so much you can handle, right? You're 5 guys.
True, yeah.
You got 7 guys coming at you. What are you supposed to do? You can't handle that. But kind of an interesting quote there. Also from Dana Holgerson on talking about looks like the energy of Mike Eckler. Here's Dana Holgerson on after the punt block touchdown on Saturday. Quote, I got attacked by Eckler. I was one of the victims.
Oh no.
I do. One thing I appreciate about my Tuesday afternoons after I get home, I go and I open up the audio from the day, and I get to listen to Holgo talk. I get him to just, you know, he shoots us straight. I love listening to Holgo talk. I love all of his noises that he makes, his coughs and his sniffles and things like that. He don't care. He's Dana Holgerson. He's accomplished enough in his career. He's not trying to prove anything to anybody. So, with that, let's. Okay. Another classic case of potential misinterpretation by me. So, a couple people on the text line saying, I think he meant Maryland, especially with this bunch. This bunch that we're about to play.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's not what I said. Oh, I said this bunch, especially with this bunch, like especially with this group of offensive linemen, crappy.
No, I assumed he meant Maryland.
Oh, you should have corrected me. I'm sorry. That's not at all what I said. My apologies. My apologies. By the way,
they like to blitz.
Upon further review from yesterday, speaking of things that I misinterpreted, I went back and I listened to the I-80 quote again.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong.
Oh, okay.
I was wrong.
First of all, takes a big man to come on the radio and admit that. You know, your name's on the marquee here. Most people would just press on and either ignore it or just say, no, I will never give in. I'll never give an inch. You, a mature.
I sat there.
Adult.
I sat there at my computer last night as I was cutting the audio, and I was like, "Damn it, I screwed that one up. Sorry, I apologize."
And second of all, good bit misinterpreting a quote each and every show.
Oh, that could be dangerous.
It could.
Probably not a great idea, but I do. I mean, look, if all I have is the words or what I think the words were, then that's all I have to go off of. Sam should probably clean that one up.
I'm not gonna put it on him, but clean that one up.
Poll question: should Sam clean it up?
No. I said Sam, clean that one up. Quickly, before we move on to another Nebraska-related topic here and get to NFL reaction, overreaction as well, have some news from Inside Carolina.
Oh?
InsideCarolina.com, which is an arm of On3 and Rivals. UNC is no longer moving forward with the in-season documentary with Hulu. Sources close to the program told Inside Carolina. The team announced its plan in August to collaborate with Hulu to showcase the team this upcoming season, but apparently they are not doing that anymore. I wonder why.
It'll be in the same vault as Chasing 3.
Here is what Bill Belichick said about the planned documentary at the time. I'm excited to share with you that we will be doing that with Everwonder and Hulu that will showcase our football program. This is about the UNC football program. There is obviously a lot of interest in it, and it will stream on Hulu later this fall. What a quote. Hey, Coach, could you tell me a little bit about this Hulu documentary that the UNC football program is doing? Quote, yeah, I'm excited to tell you that we are doing that. It's with Hulu, and it's about the UNC football program, and there is some interest in it, and it will be on Hulu. That's basically what he said.
What I know this isn't what we want to talk about in this segment.
Go
so
ahead.
I'll try and make it
You
quick.
got questions? We got answers.
What a 96 hours for Bill Belichick and North Carolina. They get their brakes beaten off by Clemson. Clemson could have scored 80 if they wanted to. Dabo is a man of faith, though, and would never do that.
Consider myself a man of faith. I just spilled water all over myself. Sorry. Continue on.
Drake May balls out on Sunday Night Football, and Bill Belichick sends out a directive that no highlights are to be shown on UNC social media.
Now, is that confirmed? Did he do that, or who did that? Because I heard that going around, and it was like it was a directive, but it's like, who did that come from?
Okay,
Like,
yes, you are correct on that it appears to be a directive, but nobody knows who ordered the Red Dawn or whatever.
yeah, because I don't know what Belichick's level of care is about that stuff. He seems like the kind of guy who wouldn't. That seems like a Jordan thing to me, but maybe that makes it even worse.
Monday, the internet finds out that is a directive within the halls of UNC, and UNC tweets out highlight footage of Drake May. And then today,
totally normal.
Our season is going so poorly. We do not want you to see what a train wreck this is. Bury the documentary and shoot the cameraman directly in the head.
Now, I don't know if that was a directive either.
Okay.
For the record.
Feels like a Jordan thing as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's like
it's not going very well over there.
Half a season to play still.
It's only October.
Yeah.
Some would call it early.
Early October.
Although we have experienced some seasons around here where October felt pretty late. 2022, for example. On October 7th of 2022, I wanted it to be
January.
Any other month. Literally any other month of the year. And October should be a celebratory time. We should all be eating beer cheese dip out of our crock pots and queso and chicken wings and being happy about and excited about the future. And instead, in October of 2022, everyone wanted to unalive themselves, as they say on social media.
Although, if you choose to take a positive spin on life, Hubert Davis, very excited that Bill Belichick works at the University of North Carolina.
And why is that? What are you referencing?
Because he is giving him an insane amount of cover right now. Hey, nobody cares that I kind of suck at my job.
We got
because that guy sucks more.
Interesting. Got some breaking news out of the NFL.
The NFL.
Yeah, this is something to talk about. Just wanted to make sure that this is a real reporter who's really saying this.
This isn't that Giants guy that
pops
up.
Some people are interested in what that guy says, but all of his tweets have been fake. Now, this is from real Ian Rappaport. The Bengals are making a trade at quarterback. Last week, the writers brought you the topic on topic alert overreaction of the NFL. That the Bengals, reaction overreaction. Are the Bengals going to make a quarterback move in like the next 10 seconds? They didn't for an entire week until right now. They are trading for Joe Flacco.
Whoa.
Yeah, more like whoa, Flacco.
Whoa, Flacco.
Interesting. So does that mean the Browns have found their man?
In Dylan Gabriel?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. He was okay on Sunday morning.
He was okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not watching Viking. I'm not getting out of bed for Vikings Browns.
Josh, you're not awake by 8:30 in the morning? What are you, 19?
I had traveled.
What time did you get out of bed on Sunday?
I think about 9.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not that crazy. I had traveled.
I had traveled.
I had traveled.
I had slept in a van for a long time and wasn't sleepy when it was time to go
I
to
understand, Josh. Anyway,
There,
Joe
I said it.
Flacco.
You happy?
Joe Flacco plays for the Bengals now, apparently.
So they're not ready to give in on this. The Bengals, that is.
Well, if you're Zach Taylor, what else are you supposed to do? You have to do something.
I mean,
you have to save your job.
Sure.
Joe Flacco saves jobs.
I mean, what's that conversation like? Like, hey, Mr. GM, I'd like to not get fired. Could we make a deal? I mean, well,
so you're saying that the GM would have been better off of saboing him?
Well,
like, no, you got to cover your ass.
I think with the Ravens,
you can't have Jake Browning again.
Sure.
And again.
That's
horrible.
With the Ravens losing, you're kind of like, oh, okay, they're not going to fix it. We might be in this. It's just us and the Steelers.
We might be cooking.
If we beat the Steelers twice, we might have.
I don't think anybody should be outside of like the predetermined 5 teams in the league who we knew were going to be bad this year, like the Saints and the Titans and like the Panthers or whatever. But like outside of those teams, nobody should be kicking it down the road yet, in my opinion.
So the quarterbacks in Cleveland.
Yes. Dylan, not Dylon.
And Shador.
Mr. Mime. I'm a mime. That's right.
Mime time. They're calling him mime time.
Here's the real headline. Shador Sanders promoted.
That happened.
To number 2.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Shador. Nice job. That's the real story here. That's probably what some people will make it out to be. That's for sure.
That's actually the thing I'm watching with this.
Well, I mean, you can't name him the starter. He hasn't done anything.
Sure.
You can't just, maybe he'll get some clock or something like that. But yeah, he's in there. Here's Matt Rule yesterday. You've heard him say something like this a couple of different times. But on the stages of winning. Now you tell me, listen to this closely if you can for me, YouTubers or people who are out there listening to the show today. Thank you, by the way. He's going to go through Matt Rule's stages of winning. And then I want you to tell me at the end of it, which stage you think he thinks his team is in.
I think I follow that.
All right. Here is Matt Rule yesterday.
Well, I appreciate that. I think before you win a game, you can't lose it. Like, don't give the game away. Like, don't beat ourselves, right? Like, and so, I think when you're like there's 3 stages of winning, right? There's eliminating losing football, right? That's the first year we were minus 16 or whatever we were in turnovers. It's going to be no matter what we wear, no matter what music we listen to before the game, it doesn't matter if you're minus 16. Then you start playing winning football. Then you start trying to play championship football, and turnover margin, all those things they start to, because it's one thing to not give the ball away, which we're doing a pretty good job, but we're taking the ball away. That's jumping up, which that's about playmakers. That's about the way you're playing. So I think it's discipline. I think it's when guys all understand, like, hey, before I can make a play, I first have to do my job. But then after I do my job, I have to go make a play. That's the hardest thing in football now. Like Bill Belichick said, do your job. And coaches say, do your job. And then when the game's on the line, they say, no, go make a play. And kids are like, do I do my job or do I make a play? Well, we try to clearly define it as like, hey, do your responsibility and then run over there and hunt and go make a play. And so I think our guys are getting that. It takes a while to get that. But yeah, no, we're proud of those stats. We're proud of being in the tops in the country at throwing the ball. We're proud of being tops in the country at stopping the pass. Some areas we have to improve upon. We know that. But I do think the hidden ones are the penalties, the special teams, the turnover margin. The thing with those things, though, is they don't carry over. And that's the biggest, I would rather be +1 every game in the turnover margin than be +6 on the year. Like, I just want to win it every game because that gives you a chance.
Okay. So far, they've done that. They are +6 in the turnover margin. They were -17 in year one. Shout out to our boy Jeff Sims. They were -2 last year in 2024, and they are trending to be in a pretty good place this year. I will note that at this point last year, they were about in this same area in terms of the turnovers.
Oh, no.
Before the fateful night on a Friday night against Illinois, and then things kind of went south on you for a few weeks there before you kind of pulled yourself back out of it. All right, so 3 stages of winning. Eliminate losing. It's all very it's common sense, right? Eliminate losing, winning, and then championship. Championship is different than winning. Listening to Matt Rule talk, which stage do you feel like they're at? Do you feel like he feels like they're at in their progression? I know how you all feel. You all think everything sucks. But how do you, listening to him and hearing him talk about his team, where do you feel like he thinks they're at?
I feel like Matt Rule thinks they're firmly in that second level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think he thinks they're getting closer and closer to championship. Because how he says it, and this is where we're going to talk about the special teams a little bit, the hidden stuff, the in between, like if he looks at Iowa, and I'm not talking about this year's Iowa, I'm talking about, and I hate to always bring it back to them, but they're just the easiest example that I have, and they're the closest, and they're the biggest rival, and whatever. All right, so I think when he got here, he would have looked at Iowa, and he would have said, although they weren't winning any championships, he would have said that's they're playing championship level football, because they're absolutely getting everything out of every part of the game that they possibly can. They might not be like the most talented team in the country, therefore they might not be able to actually physically win a championship, but he's not talking about winning championships. He's talking about playing championship football. It's different. Each team can maximize what they have. And if this team at Nebraska is playing good to great to elite special teams, if they are taking the ball away on defense, and if they are not turning it over on offense, those are some of the key tenets of championship football, right? That is making up for what you lack in the margins. Is making up for what you lack in the margins. We got this really good tweet earlier from SEAL Team Nick on the JTech Instructions on Twitter feed.
Hi, SEAL Team Nick.
He says, the doubters want Nebraska to look like Iowa because that's all they understand. Rule is trying to build something sustainable while being able to scale the offense and defense to the players they're able to bring in. Being adaptable is a good thing. And that goes back to the conversation we were having a little bit earlier. So we've seen all these different iterations of Nebraska football and the kind of football they want to play, but you could play good special teams regardless of whatever type of team you are, right? That's what makes up for what you lack. That's what makes up for the margins. But this whole thing is just a riding scale the entire year. You're going to have this higher base on you if you're good in the margins. And the margins are special teams, turnovers, how much you turn the ball up, so turnover margin, basically. Nebraska has sucked so badly in both of those categories for a long, long time. And now he feels like they're pretty good at it. Looks like to me they're pretty good at it. And maybe you're not as like talented as you're dreaming that you're going to be one day on the offensive line or on the defensive line, or comparative to some of the teams that are going to win a national championship. Okay, maybe you're not, but are you getting a lot out of it? Are you getting some things out of it? Are you getting some things out of this team for their weaknesses? Yeah, and I do think a lot of the credit goes to special teams. A couple weeks ago, I would have told you, and I did tell you on this show, like, yeah, I guess I'm impressed by what they're doing, but it's not anything special. Special teams, but it's not anything special. We said it. I mean, we talked about it for like the entire year going into this year, the entire offseason. How do you get the most out of the team? Well, what does it look like in the best case scenario for Nebraska? What does it look like? And I'm not talking about a record. What does it look like for the best case scenario? Best case scenario is Nebraska's special teams are not only just like holding up their end of the bargain, but they're an asset. They have made a leap in special teams. A leap. One of the biggest leaps I've ever seen this program make year over year. They are good. They're not good. They are good. And they're not just good, they're making plays. And so blah, 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 blah. Maybe everybody's getting mad about Ja'Cory Barney saying he's going to win he's going to take punts back or whatever this year. He's going to take a punt back. The way it's trending right now, he's going to take a punt back.
That seems pretty clear at this point.
At some point this year. And so maybe it takes that ice breaking in order for people to actually believe it. But that is an asset for them. That is an asset for them. And meanwhile, people are jealous of the team down the road because they're incredible at special teams and their offense is like 100 millionth in the country, but they don't turn the football over and their defense is excellent. What if I told you the math just works in different ways? Like if you have, let's just say, to make the numbers round, number one special teams in the country or top 10 special teams in the country and a bottom 10 offense or a bottom 15% offense, whatever it might be, and a top 10 defense in the country. Okay, I've seen that before. They wear black and gold. What if I told you that I have a top 10 special teams in the country with a top 25 offense, a top 15-ish offense, or a top 25 offense in the country? I don't care where they get their yards. Top 25 offense and a top 30, 40 defense or something like that, or some combination of the two, offense and defense. The math still works. The math is still the same. It's a giant asset for this football program right now. And I'm ready to say it. I'm ready to say it. That is my proclamation. They are good.
They're a really good Iowa.
They're they're wow. You might think Iowa and you might think we have no quarterback play and we have no, we're just really, really physical up front and all that stuff. And that's not what I say when I look at Iowa. When I look at Iowa, I view them as a team that does all the little things right.
Okay.
I think Nebraska's doing a lot of the little stuff right now.
I do. I would agree with that.
There's the comp. It might not look like them from a physical standpoint, but Iowa with an offense, but without a defense, or whatever the combo is. Shout out to that special teams, man. It's changed the whole look of this thing. It has changed the whole look. Overnight. In our wildest dreams, this is what we thought the special teams would be. We are living the timeline of wildest dreams.
Yeah, that was the dream.
Special teams. Yeah. We're in it. We're in it. They're like top 15 in everything in special teams right now. I don't know. Mike Eckler's doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday, Mike. Enjoy that crowd surf. We'll be back. NFL reaction, overreactions coming up next on 1620 The Zone. Adam Sandler is coming back to town. Coming home, some might say. You know, he's a big Creighton fan.
I've seen it.
You're My Best Friend tour hits the Chai 2 weeks from today. Maybe he'll keep the floor down after the Jays play their exhibition against Iowa State. It just says, leave it. Or, I don't know. That was a bad Sandler. I don't know. That was bad. Listen all week to Unsportsmanlike Conduct for your chance to get tickets to the show. And more details online, 1620thezone.com. That's Adam Sandler coming to town in 2 weeks. NFL reaction, overreaction. Let's do it. We got topics. What do the writers got for us today?
The writers have delivered a batch, and it goes like this. Topic number 1. After many, many years of suffering, the New England Patriots are back.
Okay. Are the writers from Boston? Do the writers work for Bill Simmons and Barstool combined?
They're trying to get in because that's where the money is.
Interesting. Well, there has not been many, many years of suffering for the New England Patriots.
They haven't had a nationally televised game in a year. That's what they said on the broadcast the other night, and I was shocked to hear
Who would want to watch that garbage?
That's true.
So when you get chances, when you get opportunities, you got to take them. And boy, did they ever on Sunday night against Buffalo. Diggs looking like a prime version of himself again. But most importantly, Drake May.
Is he the answer at quarterback?
Am I admitting defeat on Drake May? I was not a fan to start. They got some Vrabel energy, big Vrabel energy.
Yeah, that was always going to work.
Oh, really? You thought there was always going to work?
I thought Mike Vrabel in New England was always going to work.
What's work? Like they'll just be good for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty decent. I mean, I think they're a pretty good team. I'm not willing to go too overboard with it, and I'm definitely not willing to be like, let's put them on a bunch of primetime games again, because we don't
got to do that.
It's difficult because of the era that they're coming off of. They were the star team of the NFL, right? It was Brady, and they're not that anymore. And so you want your natural inclination is to roll your eyes and say, "Oh man, I don't want to do this again."
Of course, they're not back.
But more so, like I don't want them to be good again because I just experienced 20 years of them being good.
I'm still sick of them.
But this team is kind of fun, and they're kind of enjoyable to watch. So I feel bad. But so I'm not like all the way there with them yet, but I don't know. Beat the Bills on Sunday night goes a long way.
It does go. That's exactly kind of what I was saying. It goes a long way. Drake May, 5th in the league in yards passing. He has also been sacked more than every other quarterback but one.
Interesting.
So,
and that's interesting when you compare it to our conversation about Nebraska football this week, Josh. Are you saying their quarterback can get sacked like they could have a bad offensive line and still be kind of good? That's kind of weird.
Whoa, that is not my intention, but
kind of weird, isn't
it?
Boy,
it sure seems like that's what I was saying.
Fascinating.
7 touchdowns, 2 picks. That's pretty good.
Fascinating.
Wow. Huh. Okay. Take number 2. It's time to bury the Baltimore Ravens.
I just don't see. I don't know. You know, we get swallowed up week to week in the NFL. What you have been this past week, like, kind of turns into what you are very quickly as far as the perception is concerned. But, you know, their defense was always suspect. We knew that before the year. They got guys. I mean, they got really, really good players that are hurt right now, including but not limited to Lamar Jackson, which is significant. He doesn't play defense for him, though.
He does not.
So what's happened now is the vibes have gotten really bad really fast. And I don't know where you go. I mean, I suppose the answer is get Lamar back and go from there. But
that's where I'd start.
What do you? I mean, I don't know. Do you think they're going to rip off a bunch of wins in a row when Lamar comes back?
What's the path? What's the?
They have the Rams this week.
Mhm.
Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Bears, Dolphins. No, wait. What?
Browns.
Rams, Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns. Sorry, I'm going to play the Dolphins twice. There's some winnable games in there, but I just think that they're going to have to score, right? Because that defense sucks. So I'm almost ready. It's time to start making some conclusions in the NFL now. I'm almost ready to say nighty night. That seems stinks
like
right
we're
now.
at the precipice.
Yeah. So I guess overreaction, but once again, very, very close. Very close.
You're in the making arrangements stage of life, though.
Yeah, I think so.
Take number 3. Baker Mayfield is a top 5 NFL quarterback.
So the writers, I got a chance to look at the writers' process yesterday.
Oh, yeah? You smoked some weed with them while they ate bugles off their fingers like they were a witch?
Wow. What an image. And so I got a chance to look at their process. And the first thing they wrote down was top 10 NFL quarterback. And
I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they were discussing Baker Mayfield. And as I literally walked through the door frame of my house to my car, I said, he's a top 10 quarterback in the league for sure.
And then one of the other writers in the corner of the room with his bugles on his fingers said, not sensational enough. Make it top 5. Make it top 5. I say, here. They turned into old-timey judges. It was very weird. Top 5, they said, though. And I thought, I'm never coming to this meeting again. This is ridiculous.
I'm surprised they let you in. They don't let me in.
And so that's how they ended up on that. A little behind the scenes action there. All right.
5.
All right. So just listen up.
Okay.
So, and I'm not talking about like, what have you done for me lately? I'm talking like,
this isn't the Rings
dudes you
game.
have to
This
watch
isn't-
play and could carry.
Okay.
Could carry you. Mahomes, yes. Allen, yes. Lamar, yes. Burrow, yes.
Okay, that's 4.
Okay. So here's some other people. Hurts, don't say anything. Hurts, Dak, Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff, Matt Stafford, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love. Those are the only people that you could reasonably put over him at this point in time. And I wouldn't say you're an idiot. On some of them, I would say you're an idiot. Baker is like right in the mix. He should be the MVP right now. I'm dead serious.
Goff, Stafford, Mayfield fighting for my 5th spot.
He is one of my
that
favorite players in the NFL, bar none. He's so much fun to watch. He is bleep talking everyone.
Yeah.
And he's letting everyone hear about the franchises that,
did him dirty.
Whatever. Didn't put the weapons around him, didn't believe in him long enough. Just to think, his entire career all changed on that one game with the Rams where he got there in the short week with the Rams.
Yeah, they brought him in on like a Tuesday or whatever.
And his entire career changed. I thought the Bucs were signing him as like, okay, I guess we don't have Brady anymore, so we're going into the dark ages. We sold our souls. And what do you know? They kept getting better. He kept getting better. And I don't know, like he is right in he's not a top 5 quarterback. I can't be that sensational yet. Not sensational enough. But he's above some of those other guys that I mentioned.
He's 4th in yards, 2nd in touchdowns. He's got 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's having a run right now.
Sam writes in on Twitter.
Hi, Sam.
The J-Tech Instructions on Twitter feed. Yeah, but does he have one play a game where his body twists in a million silly directions like Jordan Love? Kind of. Baker's always flying around getting smacked.
Okay.
He's making plays. Give me Baker for MVP. I want it so bad. What a great redemption arc.
I feel like Baker Mayfield's been in my life so long. I looked up his age.
He's like 28, right?
He turned 30 in April.
Yeah. No, he hasn't been around for that long.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
Browns-Panthers thing wasn't that long ago.
No. Happened very quick.
Yeah.
Him and Sam Darnold were on the Panthers together.
Mm-hmm. Matt Rule was the coach.
Not his fault.
I love Baker Mayfield. I love him. Keep doing you, Baker. I don't think you're a top 5 NFL quarterback, but I think you should win the MVP this year. I want him to win the MVP so bad.
Obligatory. Those receivers are very injured right now.
Yeah, but Ibuka is like awesome.
Yeah.
The whole Ibuka versus Smith and Jigba on Sunday was just like, what an enjoyable game to watch.
Look at you pronouncing those names better than broadcasters.
Yeah. Some broadcasters are bad. I'm probably bad too, but at least I can say the names right.
And other things.
Yeah.
Take number 4. The Niners are back to being NFC contenders. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're once again showing like, oh, let's just put in Mac Jones and see what happens.
Mhm.
They're not even healthy right now.
Nope. Not even a little bit.
They beat the Rams. Now the Rams would tell you, oh, we blew that one, whatever, but they're winning these games in a very 49ers fashion.
Mhm.
But guess who they play this Sunday? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, a little separation Sunday.
Yeah, it'll be fun. But
4
they're-
teams atop the NFC right now.
They are right there in that mix. I mean, here's the other teams that are in the mix for the top of the NFC. I mean, yeah, Philly, Detroit, Tampa, San Francisco, the top in every division. There's also Green Bay's pretty good.
They have a tie, though.
Washington's pretty good. Seattle's pretty good. The Rams are pretty good.
Mhm.
But that's basically what we're dealing with right now. They're absolutely right in the mix. They could beat any of those teams.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't know how they do it.
They just continue to do it. They do exactly what
Yeah,
they do.
yeah.
Let's go. Let's continue.
Last take. The Eagles are on fraud watch.
Some might say it's a bit early to be saying this,
Fraud
but Connor,
watch,
they just lost one game. They had won the Super Bowl last year by 100 points over the Chiefs.
That's true.
And they've started off 4-0 and they beat the aforementioned fancy pants Buccaneers a couple weeks ago. But they lost to the Broncos this past weekend. Something's not right. Their offense is far too risk averse. They look like they did when they were smoke and mirrors 2 years ago. And nobody wanted to say at the time where they were smoke and mirrors 2 years ago. And then they exploded into oblivion late in the season, into the playoffs. They look like that. They're on fraud watch. Now, what's fraud watch mean? They're probably still going to make the playoffs.
Sure.
Of course. And they'll probably, but I just, before you pick them to win the Super Bowl, just watch them.
I'd like to present a theory to the group.
All right, go ahead.
The Philadelphia Eagles threw this game on Sunday.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Josh.
Tell
me about it.
They ran the ball.
No, they have an idiotic offensive coordinator.
Okay, that could be the alternative.
It's not that they didn't throw the game. They have an idiotic offensive coordinator.
The last 2 weeks, A.J. Brown has been saying, why don't we throw the ball? We should throw the ball. Let's throw the ball.
No,
why don't
the
we throw the
vibes
ball?
are bad. Yeah.
And then they
he says they don't throw the ball to me. Throw the ball to me. We throw it sideways all the time.
You want to throw the ball? Okay, we're going to chuck the rock. This is what we're going to do.
And they're not doing tush pushes anymore.
We're not going to run the ball. They ran it 9 times with running backs.
Yes.
6 carries for 30 yards for Saquon Barkley, the MVP who almost ran for 2,000 yards last year, or I don't even remember if he did. He got
I'm pretty
close.
sure he did.
He got close and declined to try for it at the end. I don't remember. He's very good.
He is. Are you saying you're saying he should get the ball more?
I'm saying yeah. Yeah, he should get the ball.
What an interesting
They
take.
were winning that game at the end of 3 quarters and said, we should keep passing it.
I think they have an idiotic offensive coordinator.
That's probably the more likely scenario, but not sensational enough.
Not sensational enough. Sam writes in again.
Hi, Sam.
Stop it, Happer. These takes are too hot. They're burning up my car radio.
Oh, no.
I apologize. Sorry. El Scorcho writes in.
Hi, El Scorcho.
Browns fan, miss and love Baker so much.
Oh.
The Baker even made the Browns kind of good for a second.
They were scrappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's NFL reaction, overreaction. We'll check in on the writers' meeting next week and see if their bugles are still on their fingers. By the way, poll question, do you put bugles on your fingers like a witch?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That came in on the text line, so we could get that out there as well. Back with Josh's bottom 5 NFL teams after this on 1620 The Zone. And by this, I mean underdog, ladies and gentlemen. As you are well aware, we're right in the middle of 2 excellent football segments, if I do say so myself. It's in full swing. Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. You can make picks and win money right now in the state of Nebraska. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. There's plenty of options available for you. Heck, if I'm just to go off to the side a little bit here, there's some baseball options for you for tonight and as we continue on through October as well. Get those picks right and you go up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the app today. Sign up using promo code HAPPER1620 to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries, that is, when you play your first $5. That's promo code HAPPER1620. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
The Connor Happer Show.
Who's pitching tonight?
You Darvish, having a great year.
The Connor Happer Show.
I know about that guy.
On 1620, The Zone.
What a mess.
All right, let's see who sucks. Probably the same teams that sucked last week.
But in a different and exciting order.
I love it. I love it. I'm excited then. Let's do it. Who we got?
That's a good question. Are these the same 5 teams? I think they are the same 5 teams. Just in a
You don't
different
track them? You got to track them.
I used to.
Big Ten Power Rankings with the tiers. They love to track it.
They love to track. Well, that's a better operation over there with Big Ten Power Rankings with tiers. This is a more fly-by-night operation.
Not in the Bugle's office, though. They don't know what they're doing over there either.
Okay.
God, come on. Take forever.
Number 5.
Big jump up to number 5 this week for the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, almost outside of the
Almost
top 5.
out. That's right. It was between them and the Bengals. I believe a second straight week the Bengals have been on the outside looking in. 14th in rushing, 0 runs over 20 yards, just a pair of touchdowns on the ground. Worst point differential in the NFC, minus 43. They are not embarrassing, which is ahead of expectations for this year's New Orleans Saints.
It's going to be, well,
I mean, they won a game.
They're pretty embarrassing.
They won a game.
They're pretty embarrassing. There are more embarrassing teams, to your point of the list. I'm sure we'll talk about all of them on this list. But if I'm to have my pick at the end of the day for the team I'm still thinking is going to get the number 1 pick,
this is
them.
Probably it.
Yep.
I think that's probably fair.
Yep.
All right, number 4.
Number 4.
Last week's worst team of the week won a football game. They are the Tennessee Titans. Many are asking, did they actually win a football game or did the other team lose a football game?
Doesn't matter. We don't apologize.
That's right. They have the fewest points scored in the NFL, the Tennessee Titans do. It's 73. They've allowed the most sacks at 19. Cam Ward, my so-called quarterback of the future, has the lowest QBR in the league. He is last in passing yards. But everyone says, don't worry, Josh. He does those weirdo throws that just seem to work.
Wait, so I'm having a problem reading. Do you like Cam Ward or do you not?
I cautiously subscribe to Cam Ward.
Okay. All right.
I'd like
So
to,
what you
I'd
should
like
be
to see
saying
what
that-
he looks like with talent around
That's
him.
what you should be saying. You should be saying fire everyone, but keep him.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe that's going to work itself out as the course of the
Oh,
season
yeah. People
rolls
are getting
on.
fired for sure.
Number 3.
3. Combination of 3 and 5. Number 3.
Number 3 is the Cleveland Browns. They're 1-4. I will read what I have written.
Now they don't have Joe Flacco.
Unedited. They did the Joe Flacco thing. We're on to Dylan Gabriel. And then what? Shador? They don't have a top 50 pass catcher right now.
Well, what if there is no after Dylan Gabriel?
I think that's what I was getting at.
Okay.
You've clearly moved on from Joe Flacco. And now with the news of the day that Joe Flacco, now a Bengal.
Literally moved on.
Yes. It appears as though you're set on Dylan Gabriel.
For the moment.
Many are saying, boy, I watched Dylan Gabriel play, and if Shador Sanders can't get on the field over that, he must be pretty bad.
Well, yeah, okay. So are you saying that Shador should be playing instead? Or
I'm saying no matter what the Browns decide.
Oh, correct.
It's a bad deal.
Yes. But at least, this season's lost, so at least they get to find out what they have in those two. Both of them are going to start games.
Yes, absolutely.
Shador will start at least 3 to 5 games this season.
That is what that move
guaranteed
indicates is we will now spend the remaining 11 games.
It's a long
12
death
games,
march.
whatever it is, figuring out what we have.
Long death march.
That leads us to number 2.
Here comes 2.
Number 2.
Bottom 5 teams of the week. The second worst team in the National Football League. I thought about putting them at number 1 for scandal's sake, but They are the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm.
Worst defense in the league. Every time they go out there, they give up an average of 35.4 points a game.
Many points.
Let me tell you what is going to happen in Baltimore.
All right.
They play the Rams next week.
L.
Then they are on a bye. They will fire their defensive coordinator, Zach Orr. Harbaugh gave him the kiss of death / stamp of approval after Sunday's game.
And then what?
At the end of the season, they will allow John Harbaugh to retire with grace and class, but make no mistake about it, it is absolutely a firing. He has been there since 2008, and it has ran its course.
That's a good prediction. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not
the boldest prediction in the world, but
I don't know if I would have told you 2 weeks ago that it ran its course, but it. So I'm still not sure about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they went a different direction, especially if this continues to go the way it appears to be going.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't see it getting better. Neither do you? Okay, got it. Worst team in the league. It's the only team without a win. Maybe your favorite team stomped a mud hole in them this weekend.
Make it so, number one.
Number 1.
Folks, the New York Football Jets have done something no team in NFL history has ever done. They're the first team to go 0-5 without forcing a turnover.
Are you serious?
Yes.
They haven't forced any turnovers?
No, they have not.
What do you like? How's it even possible?
Great question.
Like you didn't have a tip ball that flew up into the air?
Yeah, you didn't even get one by accident.
You know, Deshaun Singleton intercepted 2 balls that were basically handed to him in one game on Saturday.
That's what John Butler said today.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, we got Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week or whatever for catching the 2 easiest interceptions."
That's a great quote. I haven't seen that yet.
Yes.
Yeah. Deshaun Singleton basically just was like, "Thank you. I'll take that." That's bound. Somebody's bound to fumble. How have you not gotten a takeaway? That doesn't make any sense at all. That is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's
a pretty simple, shocking stat. You know, most stats that shock you or have 4 caveats in them. Like, okay, they're the first team to go 0-5 without forcing a turnover on teams that have only played on Sunday at noon on the East Coast. Like, nope, just straight up first ever team to go 0-5 without forcing a turnover.
Ouchie, wouchie.
Yeah.
And now they play Denver somewhere that is not in America this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
London. You sound like you're from London.
They have a pretty good running attack.
Big yikes.
If you're looking for the positives in East Rutherford.
Big yikes.
Or London, I guess, this week.
All right. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
Got a text here from Jesse.
Hi, Jesse.
Did you ever think that the Ravens would make a top 5? That might be their first time ever.
I thought the first time I put them in the bottom 5, I'm like, okay, I have to do it now.
I have to make note of this.
Because they will turn it around and I
Right.
will not be able to do it later. They might be here for a while.
We'll take a break. 1 o'clock hour is coming up. We got to check in with Sigs. Also, another game cancellation at the high school level.
Oh, no.
Need to know about. We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Great news for many people who care. The Big Ten has announced the Big Ten women's basketball broadcast schedule.
Yeah!
Thank you, Josh. I had the exact same reaction.
Let's go!
The exact same reaction. Many tip-off times for many games were announced, and many broadcast networks.
When's Iowa coming so we can violate Big Ten
Iowa
protocol?
is coming on February 16th. That is President's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, at 11 a.m. Bad news for you, Josh. I'm not going to be here that day.
I have to do the President's Day show?
Yeah, because it's going to be Big Noon Fox for women's basketball at PBA.
Big Fox?
Yeah.
President's Day?
Yes.
Collision course?
Dude, I didn't even realize that until just now. I'm glad you asked, where's Iowa?
Just asking what everyone in the car is asking.
So Nebraska, Iowa women's basketball are going to play Monday, February 16th in Lincoln at 11 o'clock in the morning on Large Fox. Well, you could be able to talk about the Jays against Villanova on Saturday, the Saturday previous to that week. It's also Valentine's Day, but it's a pretty light portion of the calendar.
The Super Bowl will have been played 8 days before.
Correct. So probably not that.
Probably out of juice on that.
unless Bad Bunny does really get ice. That's what they're saying, right?
Yeah, the Smirnoff company has been set to deliver him a case of beverages. I believe that's what you were talking about.
So stupid.
That's a more likely scenario.
A much more likely scenario. Also, Nebraska women's basketball will play Creighton on November the 12th, which is amazingly just a couple short weeks away. That'll be an 8 o'clock tip on FS1.
J-Man on the YouTube chat
trying
to help me out. Josh, you need to do the show dressed up like Abe Lincoln or even better, Millard Fillmore.
Has anyone ever dressed up like Millard Fillmore before?
Could I just tell you I'm dressed like Millard Fillmore? Like, have you ever seen a picture of Millard Fillmore?
Let's see.
Like, obviously, it would have to be like old-timey clothes, like the heaviest clothes you've ever seen in your life. Probably some facial hair.
Millard Fillmore looks like Alec Baldwin.
Oh.
Google Millard Fillmore real quick.
I don't know that I've ever done this.
Alec Baldwin should play.
Whoa! Connor!
Did you know that?
No, I did not have a clue.
Hold on. We got to put him on. I'm going to put him on the stream.
Okay. Our 13th president, born in January of 1800, sadly passed away in Buffalo, 1874.
He's dead.
Pretty long life for a man of that time.
You ready for the jump scare?
Member of the Whig Party. Yes, I am ready.
All right, here we go. This is what nobody's ever seen Millard Fillmore before. This is what he looks like.
That's Alec Baldwin.
That is Alec Baldwin. That just looks like Alec Baldwin.
Let me get my weatherman right.
That's
Alec Baldwin.
That is Alec Baldwin.
That's Alec Baldwin.
We should put an Alec Baldwin picture up next to him. And I can't do that in the short period of time that I have right now. Holy crap. I've never seen Millard Fillmore before. You should dress up like Millard Fillmore, Josh.
Poll question: did you know?
Or
Millard Fillmore.
Well, you either do that one, or has anyone ever dressed up like Millard Fillmore?
Okay,
which I think is maybe funnier, but now that I've said it out loud, it's probably less funny.
I could do both. I mean, I'll
do
do
both.
both.
Yeah, we do two.
We
Millard
can do
Fillmore.
two Millard Fillmores.
Yeah. All right. Here's a tweet from Stu Pospisil.
Stu
was a guest on the high school football broadcast that Gary and I did on Friday.
Oh,
at halftime. And I said, "Tell me about your top 10, Stu." And he said, "Well, Millard South." Speaking of Millard South, Stu writes or reports Lincoln High, who is a 4-2 record this year.
4-2, that's pretty good.
They will be forfeiting this week's game against Millard South. Lincoln High School principal Mark Larson announced that after gathering information and having many conversations with the varsity football game scheduled for Friday, October 10th against Millard South was that's not even a sentence. Due to the extent of player injuries sustained in last week's game and a number of other factors. Wonder what those other factors are. We are communicating with Millard South and the NSAA today that we are forfeiting the game. This is not an easy decision. Ultimately, we need to make the best decision for our players' health and safety so we can finish our season. This will allow an extra week for our players to heal. Larson added, quote, "We believe in our student athletes and our coaching staff, and we know they will continue to work hard to finish the season strong." Now, I don't think that I am emotionally prepared to have a full-on what's going on with high school football discussion right now. I don't think that I have the ammo for this at the moment.
Okay.
But this is happening all over the place. This is happening all over the place.
Millard South has beaten its Class A opponents this year by a combined score of 342-10.
Well, yeah, like you got Millard South. That's a whole thing in and of itself.
Yeah, there's multiple things going on.
Most of the issue that I see around the state is what Lincoln High has, is saying that they're doing this week.
Let's take it on face value.
So we don't have enough players.
Mm-hmm. We don't have a team.
We don't have a team, and we are not going to do that this week, or we don't feel comfortable doing that.
There was another one of these announced last night.
Yes, I saw that. It was something involving Takema Herman.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. Which that's where you're really seeing it is.
Yeah.
The lower population centers, obviously.
There's the numbers are bad. I mean, I haven't done a high school game in a couple of years now before last Friday, and one of the first things I noticed, when I was talking to Gary before the game. I was like, Gary, is this normal? Why does Central have like 40 players here? Like when I was at, this is one of the most full schools in the state. It's one of the biggest schools in the state.
It's a massive school,
and like they got I didn't count them. It looked like they had 40 football players. Maybe some of them didn't come on the road or whatever it was. And that does not even scratch the surface of what some of these other schools are having to deal with. We're talking about 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 people going out for football over 4 classes. And you have to try and find a way to, find the right opponents and compete at the Class A level. It's just not going to happen. Mm-hmm. Central's far from the problem. That's a pretty good team, but I was sort of stunned by the numbers. I was like, God, I remember my team when I was at Central. I remember my team my senior year being quite a lot bigger than that. We had a lot of guys, but it's something, and I don't know. And then there's the Millard South thing, which combined with the Lincoln High, it's like, well, why would we do that? Why would we subject ourselves to that?
Mike, with some data on that note,
I feel sort of bad for Millard South in a way too. Like, what are they supposed to do? Mm-hmm. They got to go. They want to go out there and play football. There's guys on that team who want to go out and play.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Mike chimes in. Lincoln High lost to Lincoln Southeast last week, 57-0. Lincoln Southeast lost to Millard South, 77-0. You do the math.
100. So like 160 or something.
Yeah.
Woof.
So Lincoln High 4-2, pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Mike says they beat all the Omaha open enrollment casualties.
We always take the 4-2. 4-2 is never 4-2, but
sure.
Yeah. Mike, your point is well received.
They're not some of the Omaha schools that aren't as competitive. Like, this isn't necessarily a lamb being led to slaughter, but seems like it could be.
Sucks. What has happened?
Big time.
Sucks.
I've said
it sucks
this,
for everyone too.
I've said this throughout the course of the high school football season. I don't have the answer, but I would like to see someone try.
Yeah.
Someone smarter than myself.
Yeah.
And it's not even the.
I don't know what it is that you do though. Like, what's the actionable thing?
I don't know.
It's just either
you have to regroup everyone across everything. Somehow.
Yeah, but there's no math equation for it, because what we're dealing with is The landscape right now is one super team plus 5 or 6 competitive schools, competitive athletic departments, coaching staffs, players that care about football. Plus, and then there's probably another tier after that, and then there's there's the tier of we're just trying to field a team because we want to give our 20 kids in the school the opportunity to play football. And yet they have to play super duper team.
Right.
And that doesn't do any good for super team or bad team.
Right. And all three types of teams are fine. I'm not sitting here on a sports radio station saying, how the hell can you not try
so you're
and
just
be a
saying they
super
shouldn't
team?
play each other.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know that it's good for anyone.
But it's hard to, like I said, it's hard to figure out because they have to, they gotta play. They want to play 7, 8, 9 games a season. They play 9 regular season games in Nebraska, and I think they're going to reshuffle the districts and stuff like that. But there's only so much you could do. Like you can't have 6 Class A teams,
right? You can't have.
That would be. I mean, it would make it more competitive, but it would be stupid.
You can't have Millard South, West Side, Prep, Bellevue West, like round robining each other 2 times and then going to the playoffs and playing each other again.
Yeah. Mike says we need Class A1 and A2. Maybe.
What are we, Texas? I don't know.
Well, most states do. Most states do like 8A, 7A, 6A, 5A. I still have never figured out why Nebraska doesn't do it that way, but it's just a classification, system. But
keep in mind they just put in a shot clock, okay?
There's not enough schools to do especially in A, right? We're just in that we're in a population center where the state is really big and most of the high school football teams, actual teams in the state, are not in Omaha and Lincoln. They're in all of the other places that aren't Omaha and Lincoln. And these towns that we're in are not giant metropolises. They're just regular sized American cities, So it's like there's just not. I don't know what you do. But I would say the easy answer is less high schools, but that's stupid. That's not a good idea.
Kids got to go to school,
right? And in fact, the response to this over the years has been build more high schools. There will not stop being more high schools. There's already been like 6 new high schools since I was in high school. I'm not that old, Josh.
I've been saying that. Yeah, you're not that old. I say it every day.
Thank you for saying that. There's going to be another new high school within the next 10 years, or 5 years, I think. Bennington, the other Bennington school. We got 2 new OPS schools. We got
Elkhorn's blowing up.
We got 2 more Elkhorn schools in the last 15 years.
This is where I'm at. I'm still trying to memorize the new Elkhorn schools that they've gotten out of that, hey, we're new and just trying out sports thing to the, hey, we're actually pretty good at sports now.
Oh, those are going to be the powerhouses.
Yeah.
Except for Elkhorn High. Elkhorn High has lost everything.
Yeah.
Elkhorn South has turned into a juggernaut, a Class A juggernaut, and Elkhorn North is about to be a Class A juggernaut.
They're a wolf of some kind.
Correct.
Yes.
Great.
Nailed it.
Great colors.
Yes, like the sky blue and black.
180th
sort of
and Maple. Yeah. Well done. Shout out to Costco. All right. We'll be back. I don't know. I don't like to wade in those waters a whole lot because I don't know exactly I'm not in it every day.
Yeah, I'm not informed. Right. I also, if you want to call up a kid and say, hey, you should come play for, that doesn't bother me either.
It's tricky.
It is.
We'll be back. Yes, we have to check in with Signetti and the TV topic that we were all supposed to laugh at. Coming up next on 1620 The Zone. I saw Kurt Signetti flopping around my timeline yesterday.
Don Six.
And I thought, what'd he say now? And then I thought, oh no, did he say something bad? Did he say something about this is not good for him? Because we know that Oregon's keeping receipts.
Dan Lanning is the Michael Jordan meme, and I took that personally.
He really is. So I had to click. It was an immediate click for me when I saw Signetti on my timeline yesterday.
Would Connor Happer click this link?
Here is the clip that I clicked on, Josh. This is
Okay.
Kurt Signetti at his Monday press conference yesterday.
Probably one of the most impressive young coaching phenoms to come around in a while, I would say. Haven't been in this game for a little bit. They're a great football team. Looking forward to the challenge, confidence in our team.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the start.
Probably one of the most impressive young coaching phenoms to come around in a while, I would say. Haven't been in this game for a little bit. They're a great football team. Looking forward to the challenge, confidence in our team.
Oh, what was that? Now, why did that sound different than all the other Kurt Signetti press conferences I've ever heard?
He thinks they're going to win. And then
He thinks who's going to win?
Indiana. And then he gets to beat the Wunderkind.
I certainly hope not. I hadn't thought about it that way until you just said that, though, because that was not my thing. I think he's being a little scaredy wimpy boy and saying, I don't want to anger him because they'll kill us.
That's what I thought when I saw the text of the quote. And then I saw that video and heard it, and I went, oh.
He's a phenom. Phenom.
Oh, he's putting him over so that he gets the shine when Indiana wins.
I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that possibility.
I really don't either. I also don't necessarily think we'll have to worry about that.
You don't think so? Oregon is a 7.5-point favorite.
Okay, that's a rather mighty big number.
You think so?
I understand the Otson Zoo is not a place you walk in, and
this is okay. So let's go. We do this far too often. But let's take a look. All right. So here is Kurt Signetti's Indiana coaching resume so far, game by game.
You think we got time to do the whole list?
Yes. He hasn't been there for very long. Florida International, win. Western Illinois, win. UCLA, win. Charlotte, win. Maryland, win. Northwestern, win. Nebraska, win. Washington, win by 2 touchdowns. Michigan's, so all these games are blowout unless otherwise notified. Maryland, I guess they won by 2 touchdowns as well. Michigan State, Michigan by 5 last year. Lost to Ohio State by 23.
People forget.
Beat Purdue by 100. And then lost to Notre Dame by 10 in the playoff. This year, Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State, Illinois, with a little number 9 by them. Congratulations. And Iowa by 5 this past weekend. I know that people are like, well, you're just going to keep on moving the bar for them. So what does it matter anyway? You know? But this is the test. Like, if they beat Oregon, it will break me.
Oh, no.
If they beat Oregon, I will be forced to believe. I'll have to. You would have to admit that Indiana is a real college football player if they beat Oregon this weekend. You would have to.
Absolutely.
Up until this point,
Sure.
you could brush off their existence because they have beaten nobody of any significance.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you count the Illinois, debacle as something. But like I said afterwards, like I'm moving the goalposts on that one. But this is bona fide, one of the elite teams in college football. They're going to have a chance to win a national championship this year. This is their crack. This is their second second, I guess, crack at one of the big dogs. The
first
first time
taste
they
is
lost
free.
by 23.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if Oregon is like quite as talented as Ohio State, but it's the same idea. It's the same. They are one of the top 5, 6, 7 teams in the country with a chance to win a national championship. If Indiana wins this game, I am forced to roll over and die on my stance.
You still
It's-
sort of
it's
have
over.
that pillar of, well, they don't win the big one. They don't beat the blue bloods of the sport. They're not there yet. That gets ripped out if Indiana wins on Saturday.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and call them a blue blood of the sport, like a power of the sport, but I would be forced to acknowledge that what they have done is real and spectacular. Right now, I could say, what have you done?
What have you really
What have you really done? Congratulations for your 70-point blowout wins last year, your big loss to Ohio State, and a game in the playoff against Notre Dame where you were not in control for any of the seconds of it.
in a spot where we've seen Notre Dame not perform.
Right. And I wouldn't even call Notre Dame one of those teams. Right?
Okay.
I like they were better last year, obviously, than they are this year. But you only get tested against one of these teams when you play Ohio State. In the Big Ten, it's Ohio State, Oregon, and maybe Penn State. Maybe not this version of Penn State. And then like Georgia, Alabama, Texas, and like that might not be it. That might be it.
There's maybe 10 of these types of wins you can go get.
Yes. Yep.
And Indiana's got a shot.
And Oregon is both one of them and they beat one of them already this year. So you know what they're doing is not just like, oh, well, they were good before, so we're putting them there. No, they're legit. All right. So this is Happer's last stand.
Whoa.
If they win 6 wins this week, it's over for me.
Because
I don't know what I'll have to do, but something will have to happen drastically.
Now you also look at their schedule and you go, whoa, at Penn State doesn't seem like a big challenge for them anymore. What else is on? Oh, God, there's not much on this thing.
Nope. Not much going on.
They could run the table.
You
if
only
they
get
win.
so many opportunities to prove yourself. So this is it. Placat writes in.
A Placat.
Will Connors hate power SIGs to a W? This will be the true test. It will be. It will be. I hope SIGs can use whatever fuel he can. His mindset is interesting. He's not trying to light a fire under Dan Lanning's butt. He'd be a fool to.
Yes.
He would be a fool to.
Clearly he's learned that lesson.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. He's seen some other things that have gone on around the country this year. Also, Josh, thank you for bringing this to my attention yesterday.
Oh, okay.
This is from our friends at Sports Media Watch. Actually, no, this is, but they're aggregating a report from our dear friend John Oran from Puck. John Oran from Puck. Please subscribe to Puck. John Oran reported on Monday that the recent NBC Universal YouTube TV carriage deal includes the launch of a channel consisting of Peacock exclusive sporting events, but not Peacock exclusive NFL games.
Follow that.
All right. So do you understand what that just said?
Hey, if there's a Big East on Peacock game, you could probably watch it on YouTube TV.
How funny is that? How many people must have called NBC Universal and said, "Where do I find this? I'm so mad that I can't flip on my channels." And I gotta be real with you. It's hella annoying. A couple Saturdays ago, when I was trying to watch Iowa and in Indiana, when all those other good games were on at the same time,
it's so frustrating to have to leave the app for one game.
I had to go get my computer and put it up on a separate screen. That's why people have multiple TVs, but I'm not a multiple TV guy because I could have it on my quad box, but it's not on television. And so YouTube TV is like, all right, fix that. It's on TV now. Congratulations. and welcome to television, Peacock.
Interesting.
So funny.
Peacock,
Convenient and hilarious.
Peacock lost $101 million in the second quarter of 2025. They need your eyeballs, and they're going to get them.
Yep.
This is how.
Yep.
By reverting back to cable.
Correct.
Would you like to take the victory lap now, Connor, or wait till the end of the segment?
I feel like this is self-explanatory. It speaks for itself.
It's about 12 years now.
And I don't need to, I don't need to stomp on the grave any further. It's just that I was right, and everyone knows that, and there's no other way you could interpret this. So that's it. That's all I have for a victory lap.
Very classy of you.
Thank you.
Not
Thank you.
dance on the grave of
On another note,
streaming.
I am excited to watch Peacock on YouTube TV.
Yes, incredibly. I believe.
So I am actually not anti this. I just think it's really funny that they immediately doubled back.
This is also doubly funny because the channel that you can watch Peacock on, this gets a little confusing, a little in the weeds, is NBC Sports Network.
Correct.
A channel that existed.
Yes, and then unexisted.
So that they're like, hey, we got to cut everything that isn't Peacock. We need Peacock to work. Kill that channel. They killed it. And now they're bringing it back just to put Peacock games on it. And I'm sure there will be like random video podcasts on in between when there isn't a game on. But
so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. When the like the Red Zone channel, there's nothing on there the rest of the week.
Yeah.
It's only on there when Red Zone comes on. Same thing with like the pay-per-view channels that you used to have in your cable box.
I don't know any of those.
You don't know any of those?
Nope.
Why are you being so weird about it, Josh?
Never turned on a pay-per-view channel just to see what was on.
Late at night?
During the day, late at night, whatever.
Josh turned on some pay-per-view channels late at night. He wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah, Tyson fights, and wrestling pay-per-views. What are you guys talking
Husker
about?
football games.
Yeah.
They were on some pay-per-views.
Facebook deleted.
Back in the day. Yes. And then before we go, and Josh will cover this certainly in what to watch tonight, but are we all excited for the departure of Aaron Boone? Finally, he manages his final game as the Yankees manager tonight.
This will definitely be the year they fire him.
I think so.
Right?
I feel like they're just looking for a reason,
Mhm.
Even though they've had many reasons for many years now. And by the way, there's never a reason. There's never a reason to fire a manager unless it's like for cause, right?
Sure.
The manager is responsible for the team in the sense of managing, but if you have bad players, then it's hard to manage well.
I don't know. 10-1, 13-7.
Yeah.
Whatever tonight it might be.
Oh,
reason enough.
I need it to be like 13-2 or something like that. God, that'd be so good.
Take advantage of the short porch.
And the house is just raining down booze in Yankee Stadium tonight. Shane Bieber's out there just shoving.
That would be a scene.
They should call Costas and get him in. Costas needs to be there for this.
Do this one, Bob.
These aren't the 1927 Yankees. We knew that. These aren't even the 2024 Yankees. Gone are the days of of Joe Torre and Derek Jeter and all the other, whatever. Reggie Jackson. No. These are a lot closer to the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Yankees. May that franchise rest in peace. It's now the Rail Riders, I think. Anyway, Tigers Mariners tonight at this afternoon, I'm sorry, at 3.
Those have been two
great
excellent playoff baseball games.
Great games. If you've been so football pilled over the last, 2 out of the last 3 days, man, yeah, check these two teams out. This has been fun so far. It's a big one tonight, and remember, these are 5-game series in the DS. Mariners Tigers tonight today at 3, and Yankees Blue Jays at 7 from the Bronx. All right, we'll be back. Time for the polls. We'll tell you what to watch coming up on 1620 The Zone. But first, it's a perfect segue once again into me talking about Underdog Fantasy. Yes, football season is in full swing, and it is, of course, the best place to get in on all of the sports action. You can make picks and win money right now in the state of Nebraska, but also baseball. People forget about baseball, of which there are plenty of opportunities for you to play and win money right now in baseball as well. So, you know what? While we're at it, why don't we just take a quick peek? My phone somehow knows that I want to open the Underdog app. How about, there's even some WNBA stuff on here. Logan Gilbert is the starting pitcher tonight for Seattle. Higher or lower than 6.5 strikeouts. That's an option for you against the Detroit Tigers tonight. It's very, very easy. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the app today. Sign up using promo code HAPPER1620 to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code HAPPER1620. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 19 plus and present in Nebraska. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/playing get terms _DFS_.html for details. Consider with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Upon further review, the host point is good. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
Welcome to Coffee House. How are you today?
Hi, great, thanks. May I get a sea salt caramel latte with almond milk, extra caramel, extra shot, iced,
Gross.
and to go, please. Did you get all that?
No, I was just ringing you up for all the extras. Can you repeat your order, please?
Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna go.
Stop paying extra for extras. Get fancy coffee without the fancy coffee price at Quick Trip. Raise your coffee bar.
Now live on Twitch, YouTube, and 1620thezone.com.
All right, to the polls at Happer Show on the J-Tech Construction Zone Twitter feed from today. I had a few of them for you. Would Luke Combs crush it in Como? Yes, he would. He absolutely would.
I forgot about that.
They would love him there. 61% say yes. Have you ever been to any of the Lansings? I don't think I have. I don't, maybe through, but definitely not to. 75% say no. Is it cool to eat Taco Bell? I don't think it's as cool as some people think it is. So maybe I vote no here.
I'm going to vote yes. I don't think it's like, hey, look at me. I'm the cool kid. But
some people do say that, though. Yeah. So 55% say no. It's close. Your vote matters. Do you put bugles on your fingers like a witch? I don't eat bugles. So I only can assume you do, Josh, because you love all sorts of snacks.
I'm not. I like bugles, but I don't really ever go, ooh, bugles.
No,
let me get those.
I've never said ooh bugles before.
But when I do get them, I put them on my fingers.
So I would have to vote yes. 71% say yes. Did you know Millard Fillmore looks like Alec Baldwin?
I didn't have a clue.
No, I didn't either.
No.
75% say no. And finally, has anyone ever dressed up as Millard Fillmore? No.
I don't think so.
Wow. Amazingly, only 56% say no at this point, but it's early.
Really?
It's early. Those are the polls, Josh. What are we watching tonight?
We are watching playoff baseball.
Yes.
ALDS pair of game threes tonight.
We should all be thanking football for getting the hell out of baseball's way tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, football.
A lot of people are going to realize some things tonight. Mariners Tigers 3:00 on FS1. That series tied at 1. And then Blue Jays Yankees 7:00 on FS1. Blue Jays lead that series 2-0. Opening night in the National Hockey League, Connor.
I'm Ben McDonald. I'm not watching.
The Blackhawks are in Florida to face the defending Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. And as God intended, that game will have a 4 p.m. puck drop here in Omaha. Hey, let's have a ring ceremony and a banner unfurling at 4 in the afternoon.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
That's on ESPN. It's a triple header tonight on ESPN. Why couldn't it have been the second game? Penguins Rangers 7:00 on ESPN, followed at 9:30 by Avalanche Kings, and then got a pretty good double feature on Paramount tonight that I'll recommend. At 7:00 it's Roadhouse, and then 9:30 right after, The Departed.
Yes. Now, did you mention something yesterday about?
It was released 19 years ago yesterday.
Wow. Speaking of Alec Baldwin.
Yes, he was in that.
You might watch that movie tonight and think he looks like Millard Fillmore.
Where's Millard Fillmore in this movie?
All right. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
I might actually watch The Departed tonight. That sounds great. That is it for us today. If you miss anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. The crossover is next.